Warriors basketball. It's a great timeout for at least the last 6 minutes of a game. This was congratulations to anyone who actually endured all 48 minutes, because this was not entertaining basketball. This was a match that resembled far more a G League game than an NBA game. But I'm going to tip my cap to Mr. Gui Santos, to Gui Santos, who, in my humble opinion, is going to earn tonight's FanDuel Player of the Game honors, if for no other reason than hitting the game winner. This was a game that, let me see if the box score is updated, because I'm fascinated to know what percentage of this game Memphis led versus what percentage of this game the Warriors led. Something tells me this was heavily dominated in that department by the Memphis Grizzlies, but all that matters is the final score. You could lead for 47 minutes, 49 seconds. If you're not leading in that final second, you don't win the game. And Gui Santos hits a game winner with seconds remaining. The Memphis Grizzlies implode in that final quarter, scoring just 15 points. Memphis scored 32 in the first quarter, 33 in the second quarter, 33 in the third quarter, and then just 15 in quarter four. So in a lot of ways, you could argue the Warriors were the benefactors of playing a team that just is not good. That's your Memphis Grizzlies for you. But look, you take advantage of that when you can, and the Warriors keep this wild, insane season alive with another win. They improved to 29-25. If the goal is tanking, congrats. You just completely succeeded in the antithesis of your goal. Nonetheless, a win's a win, and we're going to talk about it. Your Golden State Warriors victorious again, 114-113, the final on a game-winning bucket with let me get the play-by-play. I'll figure that out in just a second. I want to know exactly how many seconds were remaining when Gui Santos hit that. I'm going to guess like 5 or 6, and then Memphis just had an awful final possession. I don't know if they had a timeout remaining. They should have called one. You idiots, but they did not. And your Golden State Warriors are victorious. Let's see. So the final possession, Gui Santos hit that game winner with how many seconds was left? Dude, ESPN, there's such a dumb organization. They're so annoying. I say that because their box score, they've been tinkering with it all year. They tinker with it again. And what used to be a very simple, easy to read format, they screw even that up. With 21 seconds, did Gui Santos hit that? No, that can't be right. Hold on. What's going on here? Let me get to this final second count because I really hate ESPN. I do. There we go. Okay, so with Gui Santos it was 19.4 seconds left when Gui hit what would become a game winner, and then Memphis with that final possession. I'll find out if they had a timeout remaining, and because I'm curious to know if they just chose not to call a timeout. I mean, I get that strategy when you have a veteran team, but when your team is a bunch of young kids and just nobodies, and you're the head coach, you're just going to let that group take it down for the game winner? Timeouts, hold on, team rebounds, total turnovers. Where are the timeouts remaining? Where do they hide that on the box score? I never look for it. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. It's not that important anyways. Your Golden State Warriors are victorious. Let's talk about it here on a Monday night. Yeah, it's Monday. I'm sorry to relay that unfortunate news to you, but your Golden State Warriors are victorious. The program is called the Golden Days. We're powered by FanDuel. Let's go from the Golden Days studios, live in West Sonoma County, California. My name is Cyrus Saatsaz, your host for this evening. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at DogWild, over on Twitter at Surf Journalist. The program on both platforms at Golden Days Pod. And speaking of FanDuel, as I peruse their sports book that anyone can take a look at. It's free and available online. I'm confident that the Warriors' next game, their final game before the All-Star break, it's going to be Wednesday at home. Oh, I'm pleasantly surprised. I was going to say, I don't think there's a chance in hell that line's going to be available. I was just proven wrong to myself because FanDuel does have that line. And the Warriors, for the last game before the All-Star break, 6-point underdogs to the San Antonio Spurs. Are going to be in town Wednesday night. The money line, if you want to bet on that now, plus 176. Currently, no over/under. That's courtesy of the FanDuel Sportsbook. And if you feel good about your Warriors Wednesday night to pull off more of this magic, just put your money where your mouth is and win some money if you can. Courtesy of our official title sponsor, FanDuel. Again, the final score in this one, 114-113 in a game that the Warriors trailed almost throughout. And again, one stat I'm very curious about is what percentage in this game did Memphis lead versus the Warriors? Here it is. I found it. ESPN provides that stat. The Memphis Grizzlies led in this game 86% of the time. The Warriors led in this game just 9% of this time, and the remaining 5%, I imagine, they were tied. So Memphis had this game in control most of the way. They led this game at halftime by 8. They expanded that lead to as much as 17. But the Warriors come back. And again, led by Gui, a.k.a. Gui Santos, who continues to prove to Steve Kerr that he's not just a bench piece, a role player. The guy can play basketball. The guy belongs in the NBA. And tonight, no exception, plays 29 minutes, 50 seconds, 7 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep, 8 boards, dishes out 2 assists, adds a steal for 16 points, 8 boards. That's a box score I can happily live with. Although, I thought Gui was all set for player of the game, but then I took another glance at the box score and I completely forgot that Big Al Horford also had himself a night. Let me read to you Big Al's stat line real fast, and then chat, if you don't mind, those participating in our live show tonight. Sorry, I thought my chair was acting funky there. Because Big Al, his minutes were huge. At the half, Big Al Horford. Let me go to his halftime stat real fast. And the reason why I bring that up is because Big Al at the end of the first half had 7 points at that point, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. But what kept popping out was his net rating. For whatever reason, everybody else's net rating was either like hovering around 0 or very low single digits. And then you had some extremes, mostly from the starting lineup. Gui Santos, side note, not included in that. The other 4 starters in this game, Pat Spencer, DeAnthony Melton, Draymond Green. And if we want to have that discussion tonight about his role moving forward, we can, because he was not a part of that closing run tonight. His minutes were fairly limited tonight, and not because of injury or anything else. He was also a turnover machine. We'll get into that in just a second. But outside of the 4 starters, again, Moody, Draymond, DeAnthony Melton, and Pat Spencer, those 4 had awful net rating stats at the half. Pat was minus 15. Melton was minus 12. Draymond Green was a minus 14. And then Moses Moody was a minus 13. Gui Santos was an even 0. So you can kind of, again, put the math together there to figure out, okay, that grouping just did not have a good start to this game, and they weren't playing well. But on the other side of that, at the end of the first half, you had Big Al Horford, who was a plus 12. And the broadcasters brought that up. And I'm looking at that stat in front of me right now. And that trend continued in the second half, where 2 players really popped tonight in terms of the net rating stat, which, again, it's very subjective. It's not something you look too much into. But Al Horford was an outlier in this department because In the second half, he was another plus 12. Finished the game with a plus 24. He tied Gui Santos for second on the team in scoring. Brandon Podziemski also had 16 points, but Al Horford had 16 in this game. Had one three-pointer made. He was only 1 of 3 from deep, but he was 7 of 12 from inside. Memphis choosing to go with a small ball rotation most of this game, and it was working in the non-Al Horford minutes. But when Al was in there, he was feasting. And when you listen to his box score that I read to you right now, you tell me who should be player of the game. Is it Gui who hit the game winner? And again, you already heard my thoughts on it. But if you think Big Al deserves it, his numbers tonight in 26 minutes, 20 seconds of play, 7 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, 9 rebounds in this game, 6 assists in this game, even adds a steal along with his 16 points. So is it Big Al with his 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, or is it Gui Santos, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal? I'll leave it up to you. What is the chat saying? A-Rod saying, I thought Al hit the game winner. No, it was Gui Santos who hit the final shot. I'm getting a lot of votes here for Big Al. All right. I'm sorry, Gui. I was all set to hand those player of the game honors to you, but the folks have spoken, and one of my primary objectives with this program is giving the people what they want. And so Big Al it is. Congratulations to Al Horford. Who, side note, for all of you folks out there who love pointing out that our regular weekly segment we do on Fridays with Armando Laura, I gave you folks an opportunity to call him out on the Al Horford criticism, and none of you showed up. So if you want to let him off the hook, more power to you. And I'm saying all this in jest, Armando. You know I love you, brother. But everyone's letting you off the hook, man. Congratulations. Because no one is in hindsight going back saying, Professor, are you sure about that analysis? I mean, look, they beat the Memphis Grizzlies. This is all in jest. I don't think a game like this is something that you read a lot from, you take too much from seriously. But yeah, the chat has spoken. So the FanDuel player of the game honors rescinded from Gui Santos and given a big Al Horford instead, because his minutes were very impactful tonight. Again, in a win for the Warriors, 114-113, the final at Chase Center. Again, a game that the Grizzlies had. I mean, they led by 17. I think that lead was in the third quarter. Let me confirm that real quick. Yeah, the Grizzlies led by as much as 17 in quarter 3. And then in the fourth quarter, they just lay a massive egg. Memphis in the fourth quarter as a team shooting just 1 of 7 from deep, scoring just 15 points total. And then you look at the other side, the Golden State Warriors in that fourth quarter, 29 points, 3 of 6 shooting from deep. That's 50%. Some other stats in just that fourth quarter, Memphis had 5 turnovers in just the fourth quarter alone. To give you some perspective, in the game total, where's that turnover total? They had 18 turnovers total in this game. 5 of those coming in quarter 4, and those were costly turnovers at that. The Warriors, meanwhile, as a team, a huge reason why the Grizzlies were able to be in control for so much of this game was because they were committing a lot of turnovers themselves. 23 team turnovers for the Warriors total, resulting in 23 Grizzlies points. The Grizzlies 18 turnovers, resulting in 20 Warriors points. But Draymond Green, got to call him out real fast, because offensively he had some moments in this game, primarily from the 3-point line, keeping the team in this game for large sections of this 48-minute clash. Draymond Green was 4 of 6 from deep, 5 of 7 from the field total, added 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. But 2 stats are really glaring. Maybe just one stat, more specifically, is very glaring, and that is 7 turnovers by Dre tonight. The next highest total, Gui Santos, if there's a negative to his stat line tonight, he had 4 turnovers. Moses Moody had 3 turnovers. DeAnthony Melton and Pat Spencer each had 2 turnovers. So did Will Richard, Pajemski, GP2, and Quinton Post, who did not see any action in this game until the fourth quarter. And who knows, maybe that's part of the impact of Quinton Post, and maybe that was something that made a difference in this game. Quinton Post seeing his first minutes tonight at the very start of the fourth quarter, and it could be just a coincidence. Who knows? But his impact was felt in just 4 minutes and 58 seconds of Quinton Post timeout there. But everything did start to flip when we saw a brief Quinton Post sighting. But Draymond Green, again, this is becoming a trend now where even though he's a starter, a dollar store Dre, Brandon Pajemski is oftentimes the one finishing games. And look, if Draymond's cool with that, what are you going to do? But that's how things are rolling right now. And Rock O'Clock in the chat saying Draymond is cooked. Maybe it's it's one of those things where, yeah, he's I don't really know what to say about that. Jamal Brown in the chat adding that he's just not the point forward anymore. And yeah, I go Rot Discovery. Igor, is it Igor OT Discovery? I keep trying to figure out how to pronounce that, saying that is 7 giveaways. Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah, the Warriors managed to avoid embarrassment. Again, a 114-113 win tonight over the Memphis Grizzlies to improve to 29-25. The Memphis Grizzlies dropped to 20-32 after this loss. The leading scorer for the Grizzlies, Ty Jerome, who I thought, for whatever reason, I was expecting a heavy dose of him in this game tonight. He only played 19 minutes and 57 seconds in this game. Slow-mo Kyle Anderson was weirdly the leading minute getter for the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, adding 8 points, 4 boards for them. That is a team in full-blown rebuild. And again, the Warriors avoiding embarrassment, although if they're trying to tank, was the win counter productive? I don't know. Nonetheless, in what's been a super crazy season for the Warriors, just another level to the madness. A couple quick informational tidbits I want to share pertaining to the Warriors before we open the phone lines up. And here, I'll put the link in right now if anybody wants to join the show. It is now in the chat. If you have any thoughts, any comments, the phone lines, figuratively speaking, are open. Steve Kerr met the press pregame. Our good friend Ryan Leong, who's not available tonight. I wanted to actually bring him on, but he told me he's training some employee at Chase Center. Says he might join us on Wednesday. Nonetheless, he posted the entire clip of Steve Kerr's pregame press conference. And there's one particular a soundbite from there I'm going to play for you folks right now from that presser. This is Steve Kerr talking about the status of Stephen Curry, who missed another game tonight with runner's knee. He is now officially out for Wednesday's game against the San Antonio Spurs. Again, they're coming into town, and maybe most importantly, maybe I don't know where the priorities rank in terms of importance, but a big question that had been lingering is, will Stephen Curry be available for the All-Star game? And let's hear from Steve Kerr, and who gave us an announcement pertaining to Steph's availability the next week or two.
You'd said that there was a good chance Steph might be out through the All-Star break. Is there any more clarity on whether he might play later this week?
He will not play against San Antonio. He will not play in the All-Star game.
And you said that there was a good chance Steph might be out.
Whoops, sorry. And that's very direct and to the point. So Stephen Curry's runner's knee is serious enough where it's knocked him out already for a handful of games. And he missed tonight. He will miss Wednesday. He will miss the All-Star game. I don't know what that means in terms of his attendance in that game, or whether or not he will actually be there. And then I want to play one last soundbite to start the show, and then we'll go to the audience. And this might be a short and sweet episode. Usually is when the Warriors win a game that is just borderline inconsequential big picture against a mediocre squad like the Memphis Grizzlies. Just doesn't move the needle when your team wins games like these. But one other clip I want to play is a clip from Saturday's Warriors Clippers game pregame. And we talked about this, but I didn't get a chance to play the actual soundbite of Mike Dunleavy Jr. getting testy. I believe the reporter who was asking him who's having the back and forth with him briefly here was Danny Emmerman of the SF Standard. And Danny, and again, I think that's who was talking to Mike here, was asking about Draymond and Jimmy Butler being available in a trade, ideally, most likely for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And again, we talked about this last show where there was a massive, gross two storyline scenario here where you had players like Draymond Green up to just hours before Dunleavy said his comments, repeatedly saying, I was on the trade block. We had multiple reports confirming that the Golden State Warriors were in heavy pursuit of Giannis, and to get him, the Warriors would have had to, on paper, trade either Jimmy and or Draymond to make the numbers work and make that trade a reality. And then you had Mike Dunleavy Jr. come out with the press conference to introduce a new Golden State Warriors center. Pingus! And in that press conference, and he got testy because he didn't like apparently assumptions, words being maybe put in his mouth. He just didn't like what he was hearing. And why don't we listen to Mike Dunleavy Jr. Again? It's a short clip. This was again Saturday pregame, and the topic was who might have been on the trade block before the trade deadline to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. And again, Dunleavy did not like what he was hearing. The man got a little testy. And if you haven't seen this clip, it's kind of comedy.
If you said nothing was close regarding Draymond, I'd assume nothing was close in your pursuit of Giannis. What would give you confidence?
Why is that?
Because he would have to be in the deal, or Jimmy.
Okay, well, you're putting words in my mouth. Okay. So that's an unbelievable assumption.
So was Jimmy then on the table?
No, we're not doing that. I'm not going on the roster talking about who's in trades and who's not. We don't do that.
If you said nothing was close regarding Draymond, I'd assume nothing was close in your pursuit of Giannis. What would give you confidence?
Why is that?
Because he would have to be in the deal, or Jimmy.
Okay, well, you're putting words in my mouth. Okay. So that's an unbelievable assumption.
So was Jimmy then on the table?
No, we're not doing that. I'm not going on the roster talking about who's in trades and who's not. We don't do that.
Well, first of all, I got at least one, if not two, new clips for the program from that. Just this part right here.
So was Jimmy then on the table?
No, we're not.
No.
The table?
No, we're not doing that. I'm not going. No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. I guess technically that'd be a meme. Our little sound clips that we love playing on the show. But Mike Dunleavy Jr. getting a little testy with Danny Emmerman. Doesn't like the assumption, even though it felt like a very safe assumption that the Warriors were pursuing Giannis. Mike Dunleavy Jr. Coming across as a man who clearly does not get challenged often. He rarely, if ever, talks to the media. Side note, Bob Myers always spoke to the media behind the scenes. You might not have seen a lot of press conferences, but he was very available. You could approach him anytime with questions. There was a strong level of transparency when Myers was the GM. Mike Dunleavy Jr., a whole different vibe, a whole different approachability at Chase Center. Like he is not just walking around schmoozing with the media. He does not communicate often with the media. And the impression I got there was this was a man who, for a large portion of his life, has not been questioned, has not been challenged, has not heard any speech directed toward him that might not be strictly favorable, or the type of rhetoric that he probably hears in the little echo chamber him and Kerr and Lacob are hiding in. And testy Mike Dunleavy Jr. just does not like reporters making assumptions. Now you're putting words in my mouth. Let's go to Julian Bashir, joining us from the East Coast. It's late over there. How you doing?
Oh, ye of little faith, I saw your dynasty is over thumbnail. The dynasty is not
Julian, I'm
over.
sorry to interrupt you, but real quickly here. Sheba, is it She-Boy? Writes, oh yes, the I Hate Warriors podcast. Bull, I just want to make one thing very clear here. Bull effing shit on the I Hate Warriors. Just because all you want is cheerleader content does not mean we hate the team. Go find your other shows where they're just homers, where all they do is kiss Steve Kerr's ass, where all they do is just bend over and show you flowers pertaining to the Golden State Warriors, hiding truth from you. You need a safe space. Go to it. This ain't it. All right? You're soft. You're weak. We provide a link every show for anybody to come on the program. I've made it clear repeatedly that just keep the show and me out of the chat. All right? This is not a I Hate Warriors podcast. This is called a We're Accurate, We're Authentic podcast. And that means sometimes we don't give you the cheerleader, rah, everything's amazing bullshit content that literally every other show out there is giving you. You soft, weak asshole, man. You can come on the show. Instead, you hide in your basement. Mommy's upstairs. You clearly can't do shit on your own because clearly you need a safe space, you weak-minded putz. If you actually disagree with something here, come on the show. You're welcome. But if you don't agree, instead of being a hypocritical, negative piece of shit, shut the F up and go to one of your cheerleader shows. They're all out there. Literally every other show out there gives you the raw. Go away. No one is forcing you here, you dipshit. You stupid ass, which is what you are. There is no difference between anonymity online and wearing a face mask, whether you're protesting, whether you're part of a federal agency, same bullshit. You are a cowardly, anonymous, hiding in your mommy's basement, yelling for meatloaf, dipshit. That's who you are. Sheba, which is probably more likely she-boy. I digress, Julian. I know you're going on a rant there. I apologize. But that shit just is annoying, largely because some piece of shit like that would never in a million years say that to my face, but they'll happily say that crap in a chat, and it represents the lowest scum of human when you have zero courage to actually say shit like that to someone else's face. Instead, you hide in that dumbass chat because that's what the internet and social media has bred, is just cowardly, scummy, miserable pieces of shit human being like She-Boy there. I'll shut up now, Julian. How are you doing? And I know you're about to go off on a nice bit.
Oh, no. Sheba, you ass, eat a bag of male genitalia. Sorry, what is there to talk about in this game? It's laughable. It was actually very entertaining. If anyone didn't realize in the chat, the Grizzlies sat their starters, the majority of them, and the coach stopped coaching. This is why you had a turnover fest. What's really ironic here, Julian, is that She-Boy, and again, this is not. Maybe I'll stop saying that. I don't mean to offend people, but She-Raw or whatever that person was. The irony is, I guarantee you, 3-4 years ago, they were cheerleading for Ty Jerome, the same Ty Jerome who showed up tonight and couldn't do jack shit against the Warriors, against guys like Brandon Pajemski. Yet that same dipshit was 3 years ago, I guarantee, going, hey, man, Steve Kerr thinks he could play, and I can't think for myself, so I'm a Ty Jerome fan because whatever Steve Kerr does, I support. Because, again, I'm a simpleton. I don't have a brain, and I just need other people to give me
thoughts and ideas for me to follow since I have not been blessed with acumen and I'm too lazy and dumb to go to school. So whatever Steve Kerr says, I agree with. He loved Ty Jerome. I love Ty Jerome until he plays my team like tonight, where he played like absolute shit and didn't do jack. She-Ra. I love how She-Ra is now gone. Like, just come on the show, man. I'll even repost the link if you want. Ass. Go ahead. Sorry, bro. Sorry, man.
Cyrus, you are famous among the Warriors podcasters as
Am
the
I?
only one that can call. Yeah, I went on what's his name, John Park live one time.
Jim.
A few people, is it Jim Park? Yeah,
He goes live now.
He went live during a trade or win. I can't remember. I think it might have been the trade day. And some people, he's like, why? Some people recognize me. He's like, why are you not in size? Sucking up or doing some bullshit. So you are the only one that actually stands up and tells the truth.
Funny is, like, I used to have people in the chat go, dude, you and Jim should do a show. And my response always was, if he invites me on his show, I'll happily say yes. I don't duck anybody. And most of the responses was, well, he doesn't go live. And I'm like, why doesn't he go live? I mean, it's like, if you want to be, if you think you're good enough and you're talented enough for this media game, go live. So apparently he's going live now. If you want that, bug him. I'll even return the favor and invite him back here if he does that. I'll happily go on his show. But if he's doing live shit now. So you're saying, what was his response to that? Did he get testy? Was he Mike Dunleavy Jr.?
No one addressed him. No, people in his chat were coming at me saying, why am I in their live when I should be in Cyrus's video? Names I didn't see, but people know who you are. They come in here. They change their handle every now and then.
But Jim ignored you. He wouldn't bring you up.
No, I wasn't talking directly to Jim. It was just like I was saying things in the comment section, and then people.
But he ignored the comment section, like what you were writing in there.
For the most part, because I think he had it was a trade day, so a lot of things were coming really fast, and I don't think that he was conditioned or trained to look at the chat because he doesn't go live too often. So he was just speaking.
Gotcha.
But,
cool.
Yeah. Well, here's another game that Spencer and Pods. I can't remember Pods' name. Pods and Spencer play similar minutes.
The most minutes.
Yeah, Pat Spencer outplays him again, and this is just bad business. And people got to understand, this is a business. If you pay someone $4 to $5 million and they're giving you the same production as someone that makes like $200K or whatever his remaining for the year, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. But other than that, I actually came to ask a question. You know, what is the winning basketball that Steve Kerr talks about when he says, I need people that play winning basketball? What do you think that is?
I don't know, man. I've given up a long time ago trying to pretend that Steve Kerr's words have meaning. Like he's not a soothsayer. He's not a genius. He doesn't wax poetic. When he's saying that, all I hear now is just, oh, look, more shit. Just shit. Like just bullshit. Like it doesn't, I don't think it means anything. I think he's just literally up there just saying shit to shut people up. I don't think it has meaning. I don't think he knows what the F it means.
Because if he's having conversations behind the scenes of what he needs for winning basketball, it has led to a barely above 500 record. Yeah, we have some injuries, but all teams go through injuries and they still win. And there's a team, Toronto Raptors, they're 10 games over 500. They just picked up this guy. You might have not heard of him. His name is Trace Jackson Davis.
Glad you brought that up.
He was a second-round pick. He was probably going to be out the league. Just you can't even be a bust of a second-round pick. But apparently he went in the game the other day for 16 minutes, not that many, and he had a double-double. He went to the free throw line 10 times, and he got a steal and a block, and they won the game. Yeah. What? I don't understand. Like, what's winning basketball? Please help me understand what that is.
And Abraham DeLeon brings up a great point in our chat. Welcome back, Abraham. Now that I feel like now that Buddy Hield is traded away to the Atlanta Hawks, and Abraham can feel safe that he's not going to get any Buddy Hield criticism on this show. Is this a safe space for Abraham? Are we good again? Because I really respect the man's opinions. And he writes in the chat, the bad news is now Quentin Post is in the doghouse, and we may barely see him from now on. And I bring this up at this moment particularly because you bring up Trace Jackson Davis, who just got traded away for a bag of chips. and not even a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 3. That's how weak of a package they got back. And he rewards the Raptors in his first game there with the double-double, just in a winning game. And right after Trayce Jackson-Davis gets traded, and it's important to note, he was getting DNP'd for weeks until he got traded. Now, all of a sudden, Quentin Post is in the doghouse. And I brought this up at the very beginning of the show. In the fourth quarter was where he first saw his minutes. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that right when he started to see minutes, the game started to flip. It could just be a coincidence, but that did happen.
Yeah, it's very, very strange because if you have this winning formula, it should be an unbeatable offense no matter who you throw out there and the players that you select. But it seems that the ones that we kind of give up on, they succeed, whether it's Ryan Rollins, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and who knows in the future. So when it comes to roster building, Cy, are you aware of this fact that, because I feel like this is more interesting than the game, Trayce Jackson-Davis, he started games to start last season, and he was leading the league in field goal percentage. Were you aware of that? Remember that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that's the name of the game, right? So if you have a player that's a rim protector, a finisher at a high percentage, and he was giving double-doubles then, is it a sign of a good coach or bad coach for the better part of 3 seasons? He can't seem to commit to a starting lineup, even though players keep on showing him they're the best option at that position. And instead of trying to work with that, he DNPs them. He's DNP'd.
It's a rhetorical question. You know what the answer to that is? It's clearly yes.
Yes.
I mean, even Rick Barry, who it's difficult for him to just get unfiltered about Kerr and just let his true feelings known on the show. But he's had a few moments where he just couldn't resist, right? Even it was too much even for him, who likes to otherwise typically play politics, largely because of how important he is to the Warriors organization, and he doesn't want to damage that relationship. But truth is, I don't blame him. I mean, why would you if you're in that position? But with that said, there have been a few moments where he has come out and said, I don't get what the hell Kerr's doing. And one of those is the inconsistency with rotations, and more specifically with starting lineups, right? It's always ever changing. Like even when you think the starting lineup has reached the point where it's going to be stable, whoops, here's another starting lineup. Here's another starting lineup. No, that is not a recipe for success. No. I can't think of a single situation where that has worked. Can you?
Not at all. And Johnson and Johnson in the chat says, welcome to Warriors hate. And I say this is Warriors critical thinking.
Yes. Where did Johnson and Johnson say that?
Let's see. At 1:08 or Eastern time, 1:08 a.m. I'm not sure what's over there at West Coast.
Johnson.
But
here we go.
Yeah.
Well, what Johnson and Johnson? What do you want? Do you want us to sit? What are you looking for? Do you want me to sit here and go, yeah, the Warriors beat the Grizzlies by 1 in a game that puts them still at the 8 seed, 3 back of the 7, 2 ahead of the 9. I'm sorry. Yay! Yay for Pat Spencer and Brandon Podziemski, 2 of the most average players in the NBA, getting the most minutes on this team. Yay! Side note, those 2 players who got the most minutes on the team tonight, collectively 2 of 11 from deep. Pat Spencer 1 of 5, Podziemski 1 of 6. Yet they get the most minutes. And then there's I don't know how many minutes tonight we saw Podziemski, Pat Spencer, and GP2 on the floor together. Side note, that was not working at all. If you want to know why the Warriors trailed for nearly 90% of this game, it's because of those inane rotations. Johnson and Johnson, what do you want? What are you looking for? Do you want phoniness? Is that what you want after a 1-point win over a lottery team? Johnson & Johnson says objectivity. Okay, what am I saying that is not objective? The Warriors are an 8 seed. And you want me to sit here and celebrate and act like they want something meaningful? What am I saying that's subjective, Johnson & Johnson? Or better yet, why don't you not be a little coward and come on the show and talk with me like a grown-up? Link is in the chat again. Or are you going to sit there and hide in the chat and lob grenades from mommy's basement and act like you're the smart one here?
Yeah, Johnson and Johnson, I'm ready for this threesome. Come on, let's get this threesome going, Johnson and Johnson.
What is this? I'm just curious, like, what is subjective here? What am I saying here that is not objective? The Warriors barely squeaked out a game against one of the worst teams in the NBA. Is that not objective? Do you want me to read off to you the Grizzlies record? They're now 20 and 32. I mean, what do you want from me, man? They're a lottery team. They're going nowhere fast. They're in a rebuild. What do you want from me, man? What am I saying to you, Johnson and Johnson, that is subjective? Do you even know what the difference is between objectivity and subjectivity by asking that question? God damn, man. Paid chat real quick from and I'm guessing this is a joke, but La Pira Realidad writing, will you apologize to Ty Jerome's family? Who is Ty Jerome's family? I don't know who their family is. And why would I apologize to them?
Well, he is averaging.
I'm guessing that is for kicks.
He's averaging 20 points per game, and for the season, he's had a decent career, even though he was injured. But he was definitely not good enough to sit Moody and the aforementioned Jonathan Kuminga, because those are your draft picks. You don't play a two-way player more than your draft picks. Your top 15 draft picks.
It's easy to put up empty numbers. First of all, are you sure he's actually putting up 20 points a game?
Yeah, he's only been back for 5 games, but yeah, he's been putting up the numbers. But you're right, the Grizzlies are trash, and I think
before tonight, by the way, because tonight he put up how many? We put up 19 tonight. Okay, so you're right. He's technically averaging 20 points a game, like on the dot, but he's also on the season. Do you know how many games he's played? Total?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
5. Literally, tonight was his 5th game of the year. So great. He's had 5 games where he's putting up points in meaningless games against teams like the Warriors. Awesome. Well,
I wanted to backtrack and just talk about the domino effect, because they said this is Warriors hate, and I believe that we do have a majority of intelligent fan base in Cyrus chat. The domino effect of when you saw Trace Jackson Davis look like a legitimate solid rookie, he's not going to be a star, but when he dunked on Wemby, when he make decisions, good passer.
I never got that impression, not once. Julian, we can agree to disagree, but I have never once gotten the impression from Ty Jerome that he belongs in the NBA.
Oh no, I'm talking about Trace Jackson Davis now.
Okay. But only for the simple reason that Ty Jerome does not play defense. He does not play defense, and I have never seen him shine when the lights are bright. Case in point, last year, where he was actually a 6th man of the year candidate for the Cleveland Cavaliers. How'd that work out for you in the postseason? Oh, right. He did nothing in the postseason when it actually mattered. And this year, why has he missed as many games as he had? It wasn't just because of injury. He was being DNP'd a chunk because the Grizzlies didn't think they had space for him. There's a reason why he's only played 5 games this year. I will never apologize for Ty Jerome. Anybody can put up empty stats, man. I know he won a national title in Virginia. That's cute. So if that's the rhetoric for, or the criteria for playing a guy, why is Will Richard riding the pine for Brandon Pajemski, who played at Santa Clara last year, or 3 years ago before he got drafted? If national championships in college are the criteria, then Chris Chiozza should not have been a two-way player. He should have been on the roster in the postseason for the Warriors when they won the title. Chris Chiozza was part of the title team but at Florida. My point is, dude, just because you won a national title at Virginia does not mean Ty Jerome is a real basketball player. He's a solid offensive player, but you got to do it on both sides. And he's a turnstile defensively, and he's not good enough offensively to do it against real competition in heavy minutes. I've never been sold on Ty Jerome, man. I've never once understood it, but that's just me.
Well, before I start talking about TJD again, because I want to talk about the domino effect, I just want to say Pods would never even be Jordan Farmar, if any of you people remember who Jordan Farmar was. But the domino effect I want to mention with Trace Jackson Davis is because since Steve Kerr's philosophy is spacing, and this kind of goes into another point of Draymond Green, I think it's very evident that the team is probably better with him sitting or taking a bench role going forward, because the whole spacing issue, I think it's always been an underlining subject that it's because you have to play Draymond. And so you couldn't have a lob threat, rebounding, blocking center such as Trace Jackson Davis that didn't shoot an open jump shot, which is why I think the talk about Nick Claxton or Nick Richards or what's his name, Daniel Gafford, those never made sense because you already had that kind of player on the team. And so the whole spacing issue was because Draymond's a liability, but the coach does not have the gall to switch those things up. And it also affected who we could play at small forward. And but also having those open. Remember last year when Draymond went 5 for 14 from 3? Like that's one game. That's kind of insane. But this goes to the fact, imagine if we had a coach that looked at, well, this is my roster. Let me make the best of this roster and make it work. We could have used that $5 million on Al Horford. And yes, he had a good game this year, but we could have used it on a bigger wing, the mid-level exception. Maybe we could have got a solid rotational shooting guard or small forward to balance this roster out better. So these are the decisions that just don't happen in the present, but it's a systemic effect of like Joe Lacob. He's like, why would I draft players? Why would I sign players if they're not going to be played? So the DMPs of particulars and how the roster construction leads to where we are now, Si. So
agreed.
And good for Trace Jackson Davis because he was on the verge. Like if he lasted one more year with the Warriors, he would have been not re-signed in his 4th year. He would have been 27 years old, and none of the league would have known that he was a good player, and he might have been out the league. But now he's on a team where they can give him some minutes, and he can actually make a name for himself and sign a contract of like a few million and stay in the league. So I hope that all the good vibe people. And Si, let me ask, have you ever noticed that Trace Jackson Davis is always a very positive leader on the bench? Like he's always telling Steph Curry, good job.
Tonight resembled to me. It resembled the 2005 Warriors. That's what tonight resembled to me. A team going nowhere fast, and congrats. Even the 2005 Warriors got like 30 regular season wins. I'll even look it up just to see what they actually got. My point is, just because you win random games doesn't mean that we're just going to sit here and ignore the big picture, which is your team is winning games that they should lose because the only thing that makes sense at this point is tanking for the draft. And someone in the chat brought up that what if Memphis tanked in the 4th quarter? That makes more sense than anything the Warriors have done in months. What does a win tonight do? People are sitting here saying, dude, why are you not positive about a win tonight? Why are you positive about a win tonight? Mm-hmm. What did a win tonight do for the Warriors? Just cement the 8th seed? Are you out of your mind? The only beneficial thing the Warriors can do from this point moving forward is tank. Mm-hmm. And look, if Steph's playing and he's putting up, he's adding to his legacy, he's adding to career numbers, fine. I can understand that being something to celebrate a little bit. I didn't see Steph playing tonight. I saw him right on the bench like he's been for weeks with his brother, who's been out for months. What does a win tonight do? I'm dead serious, man. I'm asking like the dipshits out there, man, who honestly are like few people in the chat who are giving me shit because I'm not just in a celebratory mood that the Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies by 1 after trailing for 90% of the game. What good did this win do? Because this win tonight was no different than a win in 2005. None. And we're about to find out if the front office can even draft competently. I don't even know if Steve Kerr's gonna move on like any good-sensed front office would do after this season. That's a huge fear of mine right now, is that they might bring Kerr back another year and that this madness might extend another year. I'm praying that's not happening. But what are you celebrating tonight? What is why is a win against the Grizzlies when the only good thing for this team, if you care about the future, if you don't think ahead, if you have no vision, if big picture is not your thing, again, this ain't your show. Okay? Go to one of the radio stations who have shows right now. Go to one of the other pods out there who love cheerleading for the team. Go to one of their shows, man. These fanboy pods. They're all out there for you. What are you doing here? If you don't want authenticity, if you don't want accuracy, get the F on, man. This ain't the place for you. I don't care. But what good does winning tonight do?
Yeah. So I can paint a picture. It's, one Barbara asked, "What if we had a different coach? What would the record be?" Yeah, and
way higher. Are you kidding me?
We have goldfish memories in the chat because we went through a stretch where Steve Kerr has cost like 5 games in a row, 4 games in a row. Then you flip that. So we might be 10 games over 500. If a coach started the season and played Steph Curry, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, and a serviceable center, whether that's Trace Jackson Davis or Post or hell, even Horford. But we never saw that. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Butler was on the team. Curry, Moody, Butler, Kuminga, Green. We never got that lineup, and I think when we did get that lineup, has the highest plus minus. That is what a real coach would have done, and they would have stopped the motion offense of trying to find open shots for players that can't really shoot, such as Gary Payton, and we would have switched over to a more pick and roll, drive, and ground and pound type of offense. And Curry, we've seen he can play in any system, and he would have just benefited from the spacing he gets if we had low post pound and ground. So that's the answer to Barbara. But to the point of like what this win does, was it the year that we drafted Paz? Was that the year that we lost both play-in games? Like right before, in order to get that pick for Pods, I think we drafted 16th or something.
No, it was the 19th pick that they got Pods with,
okay.
And it was right after they finished as the 6th seed and lost in the second round to the Lakers.
No, because that would make him a 4-year player. He's a 3-year player.
No, wait. Well, yeah, because that season ended in 2023. Wasn't his rookie year 2023? 24, 25, 26. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This is his 3rd year where we're in the 2026 season. So it was the year after they got bounced by the Lakers.
Okay. So
and they had the 19th pick and they went with Brandon Pajemski.
How far did the Warriors go in the 2023 playoffs? Let's see. Season. All right. 6 seed defeated the. Okay, you're all right. So that's right. Well, I was just going to ask a question because there was a season where we lost both play-in games. I forgot which season that was, but that is where we're headed right now. So to answer the question,
2021. They lost both play-in games. That was the year that I thought Steph got robbed of MVP by Nikola Jokic. But they lost the Lakers and the Grizzlies to the Lakers and the Grizzlies in the play-in. And then the year that they lost to the Kings in the play-in, I think that was just a one and done. I mean, weren't the Warriors that year a 9 seed, or did they lose to Memphis first and then the Kings? Like, that part I can't remember now, but the year that they just were like bounced out of the play-in where they didn't make the playoffs at all, that was it was against the Kings, and I think that was 2024, right?
Okay.
Right?
I can't remember. But the point is, so that year our pick was Moses Moody at the number 14th overall pick. And so that is kind of where we're headed right now, is that we are winning these meaningless games, and you're still going to get yourself into this hyped up situation. But please be honest with yourself and look at the standings. You're not beating Portland Clippers or the Suns in play-in games at this moment. Even with Steph Curry, you're crossing your fingers with Kristaps that even if healthy, I don't think we're better than either one of those teams. So the best case scenario is that you get the 14th or 15th pick, which puts you outside of the top guys in a very NBA changing generational draft. So when we say, hey, what does this win do? It does nothing, because to fall out of the 10th seed, we would have to be worse than the Memphis Grizzlies, because they are 11 right now. So that's
and by the way, Julian, just to clarify, Hamza is correct. The Warriors were the 10 seed that year. I forgot all about that. And that was just that was a very deep, the West was insanely deep that year, where to get the 6th seed, you had to win 49. 49 was not enough. Phoenix and New Orleans were tied for the 6th seed, and Phoenix won the tiebreaker. That means the New Orleans Pelicans had to enter the play-in tournament with 49 wins. The Warriors that year had 46 wins. They were 46-36, good for the 10 seed. And that led to one play-in game where Klay Thompson went 0 for 10 and the Kings eliminated them. So that was like the lowest of low in recent memory, recent history, I think.
Yep, that year we lost to the Lakers, then the Grizzlies, both playing games. So that's where you're headed. So a win like this that the coach pretty much tanked it in and sat all his players and pretended to call a timeout late in the game and let all the turnovers. Yeah, we went from 28-26 to 29-25, but it's not going to make a difference. And that 1% of the lottery balls hitting the right way could be the difference of drafting top 5 or drafting number 18th, who knows, or 15th. And I think that's where Cy or the critical thinkers are looking at, is that we are going to be in a play-in regardless, even if we go on a losing streak, because the teams that are tanking now are not going to surpass that 10th seed. Mm-hmm. So that's the wins mean nothing. We're not getting to 6. We're not going below 10. So the best case scenario is, even if you get into the playoffs, that's you might get some money, playoff money, but it's worse for the Warriors because you're just going to ruin that 2026 draft pick. So right now, everything is redundant. Everything is pointless. You're getting to the same. You're getting to the end of the road in the same manner, no matter what. And how you get there is: do you want a long journey? Do you want an exciting journey? Or do you just want to accept your fate? That's where we're headed right now.
Agreed. And tonight, like a goddamn broken record again, Warriors winning a meaningless game, a game that should never have been that close. And of course, you have a few fans, like these toxic mother effers, and I bring them up because, and I brought 2005 up because I'm pretty confident in 2005. And what was their record that year? The Warriors in 2005 finished 34-48. And I guarantee you in 2005 that there were fans like these dipshits, like She-Ra, going, dude, why are you not celebrating? They won tonight. It's because your team is dog shit. That's why. And the win means absolutely nothing. That's why. Because it like all this stuff that we were talking about, especially Armando was bringing this up like a month or two ago in terms of the big picture stuff, right? Like some people were hoping the Warriors were waving the white flag even before Jimmy Butler went down. And I was trying to be optimistic. At this point, what is there to be optimistic for? Kristaps Porzingis is not going to play at all. If we see him, it's going to be a handful of games. But that POTS shit is serious. Okay, the Kristaps Porzingis signing was not serious. Anybody who thinks he's going to come in here and give you like a real contribution, good luck with that. I mean, we might get a handful of games, but again, this is a guy who's dealing with a left Achilles strain. That's what's keeping him out. This is a guy that nobody in the front office could say with a straight face his workout went well. Did you see Steve Kerr trying to hold in his laughter when they asked him about that? He was like, yeah, I went to the workout. Like he was listed as questionable for a game last week. Now we're not going to see him until at least after the All-Star break. Right. Yeah, good luck with that one. This is a team going nowhere. Yeah. Nowhere. Tonight would have been far better served with a loss than beating a hapless Memphis team. So the same fans who once upon a time wanted Stephen Curry traded so Monte Ellis can stay. The same fans who once upon a time thought D'Angelo Russell was a good trade and they shouldn't move him again to get eventually Andrew Wiggins. The same fans who probably were celebrating a win in a 30-win season. Those are the dipshits who come to the show tonight wondering, why are we not acting so positive? Because the Warriors barely pulled off a win against Memphis. Get the F out of here, dude. This is like, what are you cheering for, man? Like why do worthless wins mean so much to you that you want to come on this chat and be negative and be an asshole? What's your goal? What's your agenda? I don't get it. I just don't. I don't. I just don't.
But the Warriors could be back next season if they were to get a top 5 pick, because there's 5 freshmen right now that are averaging over 20 points per game. And if you clear out the cap space, and these guys are not development players. Like his name is Darren Peterson, shooting guard, AJ DeBanza, and Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer fixes your center issues right away. Darren Peterson fixes your shooting guard issues right away. AJ DeBanza, Jimmy's still on the team. I'm not sure where they fit, but you can be right back on top with a good draft pick and clearing cap space and making a good signing in the offseason. So you can win a game now and lose the war later. I'm sure there's a great analogy. Maybe you or Armando, the philosophers of the group, understand. Something that's good, not good for now, it might be for the worst thing later. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of wise tale that has that kind of allegory to it. But yeah, there was another thing that I was going to mention that.
And by the way, real fast, Julian, just started to interrupt for 1 second here, but Abraham saying, I cheer because the game was fun and this team has been like this the last few years. That's great. You're also not coming into this chat giving me shit about it, about the fact that I'm not feeling as cheerful as you are. I respect that you cheer that. That's awesome. But you're not being an asshole either, Abraham. So props to you. My point is more specifically for the dickheads out there who go out of their way thinking that they somehow own moral superiority while being absolute hypocritical asses espousing negativity in this chat. Like, it says a lot about you. It especially says a lot about the folks who sit there and talk shit and then duck the smoke the moment the light shines on them, man. I'm talking about all those people that I keep inviting on this show so I can understand where your mind is at in terms of being unhappy about the way I cover this team. And the moment I try to bring you on the show, you duck. It's just pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. It's weak. Barber came on this show. Props to you, Barber. That was fun. It was good content as well, man. I'm gonna. Any final thoughts, Julian? By the way, before we go, Julian, did you get a chance to see the fight, the Charlotte-Detroit fight tonight?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw the coach get very angry over a ticky-tack offensive foul, but I didn't watch the player fight. I didn't find interest to click on it. But maybe I'll watch it right afterwards.
Julian, I'm a little surprised you haven't seen it yet. It's as close as we've seen to the melee at the Palace as we have seen in some time, and I'm not comparing the two at all. This thing did not escalate. Probably the only reason why I even bring that up, besides the fact that the Detroit Pistons were one of the two teams involved, is that for the first time in ages, I mean, I'm talking decades, and maybe someone in the chat can correct me and tell everyone that they've seen it more recently, but I haven't seen a player come off the bench to get involved in a scuffle in decades. And like a long ass time, man. That rule was instituted soon after the melee in the Palace because they did not want these brawls escalating, and they wanted to keep whatever altercations happened to the people, the 5-on-5 who's on the floor, plus coaches and security and everyone else who will try to break it up. But we saw someone break that code, that we break that barrier, that imaginary line. Julian, can you guess who that player was who said, F this, I'm jumping off the bench and having me some fun tonight? Moxie style? Can you guess?
Yeah, Isaiah Stewart, right?
Beef Stew, that's right.
Yeah.
Beef Stew came out and wanted all the smoke with Miles Bridges, and it was comedy. It was absolutely comedy.
I see like comments of fans that when I watch the coach thing, there's like, oh, he was holding whenever these spats happen with players and coaches, it's like, oh, he's holding his self back. I hate when Charles Barkley says things like, oh, these players don't want to fight. Like, of course they don't want to fight because they're going to lose game checks. Some of them are Paul George is losing about $25 million because of suspension. You are an idiot if you do anything to get yourself thrown out of a game or suspended just for some kind of ego, masculine pride to appease the fans that are sitting at home that are making below minimum wage or don't have a job, to say like, oh, you're not tough enough. No, these people, like, one game can cost them, 10 years of someone's salary. So it's the smartest know when to walk away. You do that behind the scenes, and you better not get caught behind the scenes, or you get suspended like Dennis Schroeder for hitting Luka. But final thought, I'll just say shout out to Armando for sticking to his guns early in the season, saying that the best case scenario for this team is to tank, because on this because they always say the worst place you can be is in the middle. You're not the number one seed. You don't have a chance at a championship. You don't even have a chance to even get to the second round, and you're not playing bad enough to turn your fortunes around. So what's the point of having all these draft picks if they're just going to end up being more Podzimskis, more Jacob Evans, more Patrick Baldwin Juniors, or more Damian Jones? You guys remember that? These are all first round picks of the Warriors. So, and I would say I am happy that Steph Curry announced that he is sitting the All-Star break. I hope that Adam Silver announces actual replacements, because I think 1 year he didn't replace somebody, but Giannis needs to be replaced. Steph Curry needs to be replaced, because I like when players such as Dylan Brooks, who deserves to be an all-star, should get in. I think Joel Embiid has earned that right as well. And hell, even James Harden has if he wants to get in there. So let the players that are healthy enough to play in the game get in. And if you have some injuries, sit out. And like LeBron James last year, what a piece of shit move that was to stay in the All-Star game but not check in. Like you took a spot from someone that, like, you would have still got the All-Star nod on your resume.
Agreed.
But if you would have just announced that I'm not dressing up a day or a week before, someone else could have got in and made their career. But
he is a self-serving attention whore. There's no doubt about that. One of many and Julian bounces on that. One of many fundamental differences between the greatness, the true GOAT, Michael Jordan, and the pretended GOAT that sadly, I'd say a quarter of NBA fans, most of whom, maybe nearly all of whom, never even experienced Michael Jordan, yet they have the ignorant audacity to have a strong opinion on LeBron's comparison to him. There is no comparison. S.T. Harp or S-Tharp or Starp, forgive me for not knowing the exact proper pronunciation or otherwise, adding some context, saying the last time that they remember somebody coming off the bench to get involved in an NBA fight was Nikola Jokic in 2019, which begs the question for me, was that the whole beef with the twins? What were the twins' names? Maybe the 12C can help me with that. Welcome to the program. You look new. I don't know if we've ever met before, but do you know what I'm talking about? Was it the Marcus twins? What are they called?
The Marquise and Marcus.
Morris twins. Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm wondering if that's what the reference is here, going back to 2019 with S. Tharps. Is that what Jokic? I don't think Jokic came off the bench for that one, but it reminded me of his beef with the Morris twins, and now Jokic's brothers got in the mix. And the Morris twins, who seemed to play the tough guy role nicely, they did not want that smoke either. Kind of funny. I digress. The 12C, welcome to the program. Where are you joining us from in the world?
Mississippi, man. Jackson, Mississippi, the home of Monte Ellis.
I've been to Jackson, Mississippi. Do you like it? Is it a place you love calling home, or are you just from there?
Well, I grew up here, so I'm always going to be loyal to it. But I've lived in Tennessee for some years, and I'm just kind of navigate back and forth.
Nice. I think it's a grossly underrated part of the country, man. I think it's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
it's a beautiful area.
Some good down home cooking down here, brother.
And people are friendly, man. Like, they go out of their way to be decent, which you don't see on the West Coast that much. But what made you interested in the Warriors, and what's on your mind tonight?
Man, you mean like historically, like how I become a Warriors fan is what you're asking?
Yeah. Well, I'm always curious about that.
Monte Ellis, again, he grew up down here. I grew up watching him play. When he got drafted in 2005, I became a fan, went through all the We Believe era, and then Steph became my favorite player even when he was at Davidson. So coincidentally, they drafted him. And when Monte got traded, I was in no way possible leaving, because the fan base of the Warriors, especially at the old arena back in the day at Oracles, man, it was unbelievable watching that crowd. And I was so engaged, and I saw that energy, because every year we were losing franchise. I mean, we were 11, 12 seed, but the fans sold that stadium out. We were the loudest stadium in the NBA.
Yes, sir.
And when we finally got that momentum, became the We Believe team, and we upset the Dallas Mavericks that year. There's no way I was going anywhere. and I've been a fan ever since.
Real quick, since you have a great memory of that era, when the Warriors drafted Steph, Monte Ellis did not respond in kind. I think publicly he came out and said that they play the same positions, and he said he didn't think he was going to work. And Steph seemed to handle that with grace and didn't really say anything negative back. But what were you thinking when he was saying that? Because you were in a rare position of being a fan of both of theirs before they even played together.
You know, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of his personal friends. As a matter of fact, his aunt lived next door to my mother. Monte Ellis's aunt did. So he used to come over there as a kid when we were outside playing and stuff. But anyway, Monte, I don't think he had anything personal against Steph. The problem was I recall him saying that management had promised him or indicated to him that they were going to get a big man, which was Omar Stoudemire. That it was in free agency that year. And when they got Steph, and kind of prioritized that over Omari, I think that really upset him because he felt lied to, and he felt like the organization was moving in a different direction and getting him a big man so he can kind of carry the load or whatever. But when they got Steph, it was like a redundancy, like two small guards. He was kind of defensive liability. Steph's a defensive liability. It didn't make much sense defensively, and nor did they still solve the big man problem that they was having. So I think that's what frustrated him. Monte has always had a issue maybe communicating clearly so everybody can fully understand, what he's saying. But I think that's what he was trying to get into. But he has nothing against Steph. He loves
I've never
Steph.
heard that until now.
Steph wore his jersey. They actually became close friends. Their wives hung out together for a little while. So they were good. I mean, it was just a misunderstanding.
Did the Warriors actually have a shot at Amari Stoudemire? Because I don't remember them actually being.
I want to say he was a free agent or something that particular year, and they were supposed to aggressively go after him. They never did, and it was kind of like a big, thing that they didn't really surround Monte with enough help to kind of.
12C. I don't know how long you've been watching the Warriors or following them, but the Warriors have not. When it comes to bigs in this team, and you go back in their history, I mean, who are we coming up with here, man? Like way back in the 60s, early 70s, Nate Thurman, right?
The only big we had, though, was respectable, in the recent history, not necessarily recent history, but was Chris Webber, and we gave him away.
Right, for 1 year. For 1 year. And then which is why, like a lot of people, myself included, when they made the trade for Andrew Bogut, it was like mind-blowing shit. Because even though Bogut was injury prone and and offensively, nobody knew for certain how much he can give you. It was pretty certain he was going to give you defense. He was going to give you rebounding.
Bogut was an excellent trade. I mean, as much as I loved Monte, it was exactly what the Warriors needed in terms of IQ, his heart, right? Defensive versatility, passing. He did everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just objective. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm the guy that also I DM you sometime a lot of these weird stats in the middle of the night, and I always on your Instagram.
Okay. What's your handle on IG?
That's it right there. The12C.
Oh, all right. I'll remember. I'll try to remember that for next.
Yeah. You'll see it. You'll remember when you look.
All right.
But
done.
Yeah. But
the Warriors and bigs, man. This has been like for us older fans. This is why, like, when I see small ball again, it just pisses me off to no end. Going back even to Steph's, when Steph was drafted, you had Monte himself saying, like, how is this going to work? We're both little guys. Like,
it didn't make sense.
Play defense? And then in recent history, you see Steve Kerr going, oh, Steph can play with Chris Paul in the background. Oh, Steph can play with Pajemski in the background. Like, and now it's like everyone just accepts it. Why are you accepting it? This is madness.
So, in my opinion, Kerr's issue, he's stubborn, and when he's set on something, he's stuck on it. You can't get him out of that frame of thinking, and he's going to be stubborn no matter what it costs him. The thing with the GM has to understand you have to get Kerr's crutches out of the way. He had a crutch with, I mean, as much as Dub Nation love Looney, he had a crutch with Looney. He has a crutch with Brandon Pajemski. And
you're right.
He kind of got a great Draymond crutch a little bit. Which Draymond, I love him to death, and I think he should be playing. But sometimes you got to understand the spacing aspect, and sometimes he goes too small. So the crutch is really get in the way of small ball and spacing a lot of the times. Matter of fact,
another one, Urias Stilfinger, Steph and Dennis Schroeder. That made no damn sense either. Mr. Silax in the chat saying Tom Tolbert was a big. No, he was a small ball big. Tom Tolbert's like 6'6".
The other reasonable big we had was Troy Murphy. I liked him a little bit, but he wasn't much.
And he wasn't much.
Yeah.
And even he wasn't a 7
he wasn't
footer.
much.
Like, we're talking
yeah.
like real bigs.
No, nobody.
Not a real big. He was like
he was a 3.
Like
he was a Don Nelson small ball guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It worked for We Believe for one round of the playoffs, and then they played Utah and lost in 5 for damn good reason, because size matters in basketball, man. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, Podziemski, man, I would argue that we have 6 guards on the team that's better than him. I take Will Richards. I take Will Richards' two-way ability and scoring ability over him. Moody is better than him. Melton is better than him. Obviously, Steph is better than him. Yep. I mean, hell, if Steph Curry comes back, he's better than him. The one game Steph Curry played, he scored 15 points.
Who are you missing? You're missing one dude he started tonight.
Oh, yeah, Pat Spencer.
Yeah,
he's better than him. I mean, but meanwhile, Brandon Podziemski is probably second on the team in minutes played. It's ridiculous.
He literally
it makes no sense.
Makes no sense at all.
He's a crutch. Kerr's gonna stuff him in no matter what he does.
And I know the people who are coming in here tonight trying to push buttons at the beginning of the show. I know every one of those clowns in their heads are like, I love Brandon Podziemski. I'm not happy with you, Cy, because you're not celebrating a game that he played second most minutes and they won. Like that's how they're rolling, man. And I'm going to push back to the end. Brandon Podziemski is not a real basketball player. He's not, dude. It's
at all.
Like,
and ideal that Brandon Podziemski is untouchable in trades is laughable. We should have had Laurie Marketing two years ago when he was on the when he was on the dang on trade block. And Kerr or somebody over there made him untouchable, and that's why the trade didn't go through.
It's insane, man. That was a massive swing and a miss from 2 years ago.
Oh,
You're
absolutely
right, dude. In hindsight, the Warriors 2 years ago could have had Lowry Markkanen, Mr. Larry Markkanen himself. It was for Kuminga, Moody, Podziemski, and I think 4 firsts.
Right.
Which in hindsight, if this had happened 2 years ago. In hindsight, of course you do that shit, but Podziemski is the one that holds.
Because right now we really traded Kuminga for nothing because they unloaded his money, but they could have just not signed him in the offseason and done the same thing because unless they plan on signing injury prone unicorn, what was the purpose of the trade? They didn't gain anything.
Good point, man. That's a good point. You're absolutely right, dude. They gave they gave up Jordan Poole for nothing. They gave up Kuminga for nothing. They've just been swinging and missing nonstop, dude. Like Mike Gilbert Jr.'s stock has never been lower since he became GM of the Warriors, man. It's looking bad right now.
It's awful, man.
Is that it? So is that what you came on for tonight? Just
that's all I wanted to say, man.
I love the history you brought up, though, man. Like.
Brother, I'm a Dub fan to the heart, man. Anything Dub, man, I can talk about it, brother.
I still, what people don't talk about much with the We Believe team is the year after. The year after, they actually were considerably better. They finished, I think, with 6 more wins or 8 more wins. I think it was 6. They finished the next year 48-34, and I think the We Believe year they finished with 43 wins. I can look that up.
They came out of nowhere that year. It kind of went on a run and a hot streak. But the following year, they actually came into the season knowing that they were good. But I think they got bounced in the first round that year, though.
No, it's even worse than that. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Hold on, I want to first see how many wins real quickly, since I brought it up myself. So the 2007 Warriors finished the season. 42-40, and that was good enough for the 8 seed. The next season, damn, I didn't realize it was that low. The next season, they add 6 wins to the team, like you said, right? Everyone saw the We Believe. They were building off that momentum, and that's how long the Western Conference has been so good. This is why I bring up the East-West disparity. A lot of it is because
that's why the whole
That's
why the whole LeBron thing, 8 in a row championships, is laughable.
100.
He's over there with a super team playing against scrubs, with one star and he has 3 on his team, of course he's gonna make the finals.
Of course.
Every year. So
Dude,
it was just crazy.
the East is so bad. If the Warriors were in the East right now, I'd actually would be celebrating this win because it probably would help them toward a top 4 seed and home court in the first round. Like the East is so bad. I bring that up because in 2008, the Warriors finished that follow-up that We Believe season with a 48-win record, 48-34 record. They get 48 wins, which for that franchise, I think that was the most in my lifetime they'd ever hit. With the, I think almost the Weber team, I think had 50, and they missed the playoffs. They didn't even make the playoffs despite winning 48 games.
Wow.
And it's been decades of the West just being that much better than the East. And I think one of many reasons why it's such a P for me, besides, like you said, case in point, LeBron James. He makes like 10 straight finals. Everyone thinks that's like an incredible accomplishment. It is not an incredible accomplishment. The East is a joke. He basically was just running through the G League every year to make it to the NBA Finals. He goes to the West. He's made it once, and it was during the bubble year. That's not a coincidence. But what peeves me about it is the Warriors are in the West. And I feel like if you're a Western Conference team, you're automatically at a disadvantage just from the outset because your strength of schedule, no matter what, is going to be way more difficult than half the NBA. It's like, imagine if the Warriors were in the East, man. Like, part of me is like thinking maybe it's time to blow this thing up and reshuffle because there's been such an imbalance for so many effing years. It's like,
as long as Steph is there, they're gonna at least act like they're trying, even though they're not. We know really reality when Jimmy Butler got hurt, them actually trying really went out the window. I think they made a valid effort to get Giannis, but when that didn't happen, they may as well punt on the season now. I don't really think there's no reason to. Yeah,
they should. Let me ask you this, man. Because a lot of people love to bring up with Stephen Curry and the fact that, well, Steph has to sign off on all these big decisions, even though I keep telling people he doesn't give a shit. He's not paying attention to everything that's happening behind the scenes. He's a busy man. I mean, there's just the other night, the Warriors played the Lakers on Saturday, and Steph was maybe just as focused, if not more, on the movie premiere of GOAT, his new animated film. And more power to him, man. I'm not judging him for that. My point is, though, he is a basketball player. He doesn't meddle like LeBron James has. Yeah. And you also see
Steph is a class act, man. He doesn't really even if he wanted to, he just can't move himself to be a disruptive, opinionated kind of guy. That's just not his. That's not his forte. But,
exactly. And I bring that up largely because you have a lot of folks out there going, dude, he's got to be signing off on like JK being DNP for a month. He had to have been like consulted. No, he didn't, man. He doesn't meddle in that kind of shit. And I bring that up because look, you're right. I think as long as Steph's on the team, at least the Warriors will pretend they're trying. But in that same vein, do you think Steph was excited about Kristaps Porzingis?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean,
yeah.
See, this is what happens. So I think this is just my theory. So I think when they swung and missed with Greek for Giannis, I think the organization kind of told Steph, okay, we still have our salary slots. We still have our picks. We're not going to go and swing wildly at some guys out there in free agency, and it doesn't make a bump in the road, or it doesn't make a significant, reach towards you being a contender. We're going to make a even bigger swing next year in the offseason. We have all our assets. We have all our resources. We have expiring contracts. So it's not over. We'll go out and try to go for Kawhi if we can't get you Giannis, this, and that. So they selling him these dreams, trying to keep him motivated or whatever. So I think, they wanted to hold their position and flexibility is what they're selling him. So that's what I'm thinking.
But how does flexibility help them this year?
It doesn't. That's why once Jimmy got hurt, I think they convinced Steph that there's no chance this year realistically to really make up that gap. So I think they're really
but this is my question then is if that's true, why then is Steph signing off on getting rid of Kuminga for a player who's likely never going to play? I mean, is this team honestly worst with JK just not being on?
I'm a Kuminga guy, bro. So this is I'm Kerr's word salad has pissed me off the last 5 ever since they drafted Kuminga. They've done him wrong. They've done Moody wrong. My thing is Kerr's justification is always about spacing and non-fitting, this word salad stuff that he can't really even explain. It doesn't even make sense half the time. So my thing is, okay, you're saying he can't play with Jimmy, Steph, or whatever, he doesn't fit. But as soon as Steph got hurt, he set out the whole Houston series. And as soon as Steph got hurt, Kuminga was the best player on the team, averaged 25 points a game in the playoffs. The four games that Steph were out, Kuminga averaged 25 points a game, was guarding Anthony Edwards, the other team's best player. And guess who he was playing with? He was doing all of that alongside of Jimmy Butler, but they don't fit.
And
then when Jimmy Butler got hurt, this season, him and Steph played together and looked great. Kuminga was playing great to look. You know
what's cool? A 12C about professional sports and basketball is meritocracy is a real thing. What I mean by that is the impression I get from the Warriors and far more specifically Steve Kerr. He comes off as the atypical horrible boss of a corporation. Absolutely. Right? Like just playing favorites, just like supporting a nepotistic culture. Case in point, his son Nicholas is on the staff now. His favorites getting promotions and getting all the perks, and the players that he doesn't consider favorites getting punished without any specificity provided to them. In some cases, their lives severely impacted. Kuminga would have hundreds of millions of dollars in his bank account if it wasn't for that one man. I do not pretend that
the season I turned on Steve Kerr was the season he played Ty Jerome and Lamb over Moody and Kuminga. It made no sense whatsoever.
We're on the same
page. And then once we got to the playoffs, he played them all of these games. Then once we got to the playoffs, Lamb had to be cut off the roster because he expired. So what was the point of even developing him if he wasn't going to keep him?
There was no
and
point.
And then you had Ty Jerome on the team. He didn't get a minute in the playoffs. But guess who played? Moody, the guy who was ended up DNPing the whole year. Moody had a role in that playoff.
I think Jerome and Lamb were not eligible for the postseason because they were two-way players, and that was the one, and which even was more evidence for why it made no damn sense for Steve Kerr to play those guys as much as he did, because he knew they were not eligible for the postseason. So you're hindering the development of two players who were going to be available. Anyway,
I was done with Kerr after that. I was done.
Yeah, me too. But I bring up the meritocracy thing because Steve Kerr runs this ship like a horrible boss who would prefer to create an environment that's comfortable for him instead of creating an environment that's conducive to success. One of the things they teach you in college, or any good manager will teach his employees, and when it comes to hiring people, like business 101 for hiring anyone, look for someone smarter than you. Look for voices that may challenge you. It might not make you comfortable, but it's going to bring different viewpoints, different perspectives. It'll make you work harder and try harder. And you're going to have a team of people who, if they are smarter than you, you're going to get the best results out of it. I don't think that's how Steve Kerr rolls at all. Steve Kerr rolls like someone who wants just his buddies, his friends.
There you go.
Just people who likes, people who kisses his ass. And in the NBA, that shit will catch up with you. And that's why I bring that up, because he still has Stephen Curry on his team. Great. All right. Steph's going to, no matter what, keep you relevant and win you games. But when Stephen Curry isn't there anymore, and granted Curry's going to leave when Steph leaves, but as Steph ages and as, he's had to coach, you're seeing the results are not matching what the reputation seems to proceed here.
Steph's biggest flaw is his loyalty. He won't turn on Steve Curry, won't turn on Draymond and all of them boys. The thing is, and Kerr takes advantage of that. He runs his ship the way he wants to do it, and he dares the management to fire him because they know that they can't fire him because Steph won't allow it.
The funny thing is, you have people like Loving Life in the chat saying that the ethos that Kerr is trying to push here is culture over divas, and that he's coaching his butt off with a G League roster. And this is where we're just living in two different worlds, because Loving Life, the only diva here is Steve Kerr.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's only one guy here who's hiring his son, his best friend, to put them on the staff.
In what world?
Speaking at presidential conventions. There's only one guy who's going to hosting seminars with Sam Altman. There's only one guy who actually, as an NBA coach, thinks is responsible for 4 titles without realizing it's the players. The diva here is Kerr. And apparently, like, either loving life, you're a very casual observer, and what I'm saying is probably like shocking to you. But again, man, I'm around this team. I've been covering this team for 25 years professionally. I talk to people behind the scenes. I used to be one of Steve Kerr's best friends on the planet, Tom Tolbert, his producer. Don't act like I don't know how these people roll behind the scenes, man. If there's anyone who is a diva here, it's Steve Kerr. That is my issue with the man. He acts like he's great. He's better. He's the
you remember the game?
Humanity's the sliced bread. It's ridiculous.
It's so many instances of you remember the game when Moody scored like 20 points and made all these threes, and he benched them at most when he was burning up high, and then Kuminga had a great.
Right, but even tonight, last game, Moses Moody gets 39 minutes, puts up 25 points. Tonight, his minutes go back down to 27. Why?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, man.
In what world do you have the 4th highest paid player on the team, only $1 million or $2 million behind Draymond? In what world does he get DNP for 16 straight games?
Kerr's world.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Anyway,
maybe the most impressive thing Kerr has done is literally filter out any media that would challenge him, so that all you have left are people that just lob softball questions, people who never challenge him. Like it is it not weird to people that
they didn't challenge Dunleavy either? You know, they won't challenge Dunleavy or Kirk. You know,
Dunleavy. The problem with Dunleavy is he never makes himself available. Like we see Dunleavy talk to the press like twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. Like it's not like and for example with the press conference the other day to announce they did not schedule that, meaning like Mike Dunleavy spoke to the press without any announcement. Like literally, like they knew Kristaps was going to make his debut with the team Saturday. They didn't know it was going to be, that's when they were going to formally introduce him. No one knew Mike Dunleavy Jr. was going to talk to the press. This was announced minutes before he went up there. And you saw the way Dunleavy acted when he actually had a little challenge in front of him. He lost his shit. Like, because he's in a bubble. He's in a bubble, not hearing dissenting voices, not hearing different perspectives. So, and this is a problem, man. This is what the Warriors are doing right now. They've insulated themselves into this little safe space of theirs, and they're not getting unique perspectives at all. They're not getting challenged at all with the and the media scene. My God, dude, all it is just these lost. Olay bullshit. That's all it is, man. The media just gives them Olay bullshit. Like, I'm still waiting for someone to ask him, why is Brandon minutes? Second.
Yeah.
Like, Brandon Pajemski would not even be on another NBA roster. He's second in minutes.
At the very best, he's like a 9th or 10th man on somebody's roster.
At best.
So one more thing. One more thing, Sai, is I have this theory that the reason Bob Myers got the reason why he quit or he walked away from the team was because Bob Myers drafted all of these young guys, Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody, and all of these guys, right? And Kerr wouldn't play them these minutes. So it's almost like, you know, you go shopping for all these groceries and you spend all these hundreds of dollars, and then the mother or whomever just leaves the groceries in the cabinet and brings home McDonald's every day. I mean, what do you do with that? Because you remember Bob Myers had a press conference and they were asking him about playing Biggs or Wiseman, and he was like, well, you know, I can only do so much on my end and I might as well trade him if he's not going to get on the floor. Something along those lines, which it was kind of
I have that Bob Myers clip bookmarked. So
right.
Anytime people forget like why Bob Myers left, let's hear from him again. This was literally right around the trade, right? I think right after the trade deadline. And Bob was asked about the buyout market. This was back in 2023. And this answer preceded him quitting just a month or two later.
Yeah, we'll have to look at the buyout market. I think much like last year's deadline, we moved forward with Looney and Draymond, who have
I don't think people remember, I think it was some stuff going on behind the scenes.
Last year we had a couple other kind of non-traditional bigs that Felix is not in the NBA, so we can talk about him, but like a shooting big who did a nice job, and then another good player that helped us. We hope that we have enough, but we'll look and see. It's also determinative of how the coaches will use that player. For us to say, here's a big guy, and the coaching staff to say, well, we're not playing that guy. Doesn't matter if he's 7 feet tall or 8 feet tall. It has to, any buyout conversation has to be done in collaboration with the coaching staff, because why bring a player in if they're not going to use him? But if there's a player that the coaching staff and the front office thinks can be helpful,
exactly what I was talking about.
We'll go target that guy. But not as a good John Wooden coach. Don't confuse activity for achievement. Everyone wants to say, oh, we scoured the buyout market. Here's so and the guy's sitting on the end of the bench. Because for us, it's $3-4 million. I don't know, it's $3 million or something like that, which Joe has done and would do. But that's the conversation with the coaching staff as far as who would play, who's available.
So there you go. So and Bob Myers laid it out. What's the point of signing a guy if they're never going to play? And then he quit 2 months after that. And Bob Myers was so like relationships was such a priority to him. It's no secret, right? Like that was a massive variable in his overall approach to being a GM is communicating with people, making sure that as many people as possible were happy. And you certainly don't feel that approach or see that approach with Mike Dunleavy Jr. He's never once said that. Bob Myers has never shied away from admitting the relationship part is important. And something tells me that he didn't have it in him to have those kinds of conversations with Kuminga and Moody. How many times they've had to sit down with Moses or Jonathan when they're upset about their role? Like, what was Bob going to tell them? This effing head coach can't control him, and he didn't want to deal with that. He moved on. He was out.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously some philosophical differences in who should be playing, and between coach and GM. I mean, they obviously had some friction that they didn't really display in the public setting. So that was very obvious. So, and I think Dunleavy placates to Steve Kerr a lot, and I think that's why you see a lot of the small ball. So Kerr asks for whatever he wants, and then Dunleavy goes and get it. And we got like 9 guards on the roster. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's like everyone brings up the Chicago Bulls for having a ton of guards, but the Warriors, I mean, you look at the roster right now: Moses Moody, guard; DeAnthony Melton, Pat Spencer, Will Richard, Brandon Pajemski, GP2. Who am I forgetting? That's 6.
We had Buddy Hield.
But we had Buddy, but currently Stephen Curry 7, Seth Curry 8, and I still feel like what's up?
That's right. I'm with you.
But there's like one more guy. I feel like we're still missing one more person. But anyways, it doesn't matter. 8 guards at a bare minimum. They have 8. That's way too much. That is absolutely way too much. It makes no sense whatsoever.
And now we're talking about getting Lonzo Ball.
But did you see the reports coming out today that that's likely not going to happen? Huge surprise, right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I saw some reports today saying that the Warriors will likely not make that move. And Lonzo, I forgot the team he was speaking with today. Was it the Knicks or the?
I know Denver Nuggets was trying to look at him at one point.
Denver Nuggets was one of the teams. There was someone else today though that I saw in a report that was bringing him in. I would not expect Lonzo with the Warriors. That would shock me. I wouldn't hate it. I don't know how you feel, but I'd be curious. I mean, at least he brings size to the team.
Yeah, he's size. I mean, he's like the 10th connector on the team, but he would work for Kerr. He can shoot though. He plays good defense too. But I don't like the fact that he's injury prone. We got so many injured guys on the roster already.
Exactly. All right, man. Well, 12C, don't be a stranger, brother. Come back anytime you want.
All right, appreciate it, man. Appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, dude, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. That's 312C joining us from Mississippi. Is this Cam or is this Quentin? Or neither?
That's Cam.
See the handle is 5. Oh, we lost you. Did we lose you? Oh no,
No,
you're there.
no, I'm here.
Cam.
No, I mean, it got upgraded. It got up instead of Fire Kurt. I don't even know if I can say it on your channel. I ain't trying to get you banned, but he deserved that, man. That old school shit. But
This is Cam, right?
yeah. Just go for me, dog, man. I swear I clicked on it. It was working, so I'm still trying to figure out how to get it to you. But
okay.
Do we see what's going on? Do we see what's happening in these games, y'all? Call 95.7, call KNBR, whatever this shit called. Get on their head. They hang up on me every day. They don't let me get my words off. Every day they hang up because they know I'm talking the truth.
How does it work?
Is the problem.
How many minutes or seconds can you talk before they cut you off?
Probably about like a minute or less.
Okay.
Like I asked them the other day too, like how much time do I got? They're like, just go. Like we got you. Click soon as I start talking about Kerr. So I just got to start putting my words a little bit better.
Do you remember who the hosts were specifically? That
Shasky and Spadoni, and then I called back in a different name and called Guru and the other guy.
Guru seems legit. Like he's the
Guru seemed like he wanted to tell the truth, but he can't but he tried though. He tried to speak the truth a little bit. I fuck with Guru. Bonte came around too. I can't be too mad at Bonte. At first, Bonte, feel me, he was one of them ones that was on a bullshit, but you can see he's starting to come around now that he got that other job.
But not with Kerr. He came around a little bit with Kuminga, but he still thinks if you're of the opinion that Kerr should go, he thinks you are stupid.
Hey, call me dumb. Call me stupid, dumb.
And again, if you're going to push his buttons, that oafish wannabe bully, like literally, dude, he's such a clown, dude. All you got to do is call him a propagandist. It'll trigger that mother effer in like 2 seconds, dude.
I'm gonna use that word next time I call. But do y'all see what's going on? Y'all see the two people that's right after Kerr was wrong with this team. Draymond, he brought Draymond back in the game. The last game versus the Lakers, we lost that game. Draymond sat on the bench today, closing, we won. Draymond and Podziemski is the motherfucking reason that we keep losing these games. Why is he getting more minutes than Pat? Why is he getting more minutes than Spence? You see, Gui is better than Draymond at this time and point. Draymond could come in good for a few minute bursts, but 30 minutes is crazy, especially with Curry not playing. Why is Post in the doghouse? Why do he do this to our young players? TJD out there thriving. Then all the haters want to say it was during garbage time. Like, nah, you get that man some minutes and he gonna thrive. But for some reason, you get positive minutes and he don't thrive.
No, at all. And
you get pod spurts, he do good. Bring him off the bench, give him 5 minutes here, a little bit there. Pods to do okay. But this 30 minutes, him running in, stop, turn around, do the same shit every single time, it's so irritating.
It is irritating, man. It is irritating. And adding to that, what the hell do you think is going to happen? Pingus is actually available. Like, do you folks think Steve Kerr is going to play this guy? I cannot see that at all, man. Because if Pingus actually sees the floor, do you think he has the foot speed to keep up with this modern pace? He's going to get run off that floor, man. You're going to see him getting either I don't know how that's going to go. I do not
talk about Pingus.
Like, how is he going to get actual minutes if he's healthy, man? Make that make sense. Like, if Steve Kerr cannot play more than one center, which is clearly becoming the case, like he does not have it in him. Like Trace Jackson Davis was getting the DNPs. Quentin Post did not see a second of playing time until the fourth quarter tonight, and only
what
played
he come in and do? Drop some dimes, play good defense. Like I've been saying, we shouldn't have went for Vooch. We should have played Post from his rookie season, major minutes, and let him work through his mistakes. Why are you taking him out when we're going up against Wemby? Okay, he might get cooked, but we getting him ready for the playoffs. Give him that experience.
Yeah.
Like I know it sounds crazy, but we still could win. We can still win a title this year. But certain things got to happen, and Kerr got to coach a master class. But that's hard to believe.
I appreciate your optimism. I'm officially not at that point anymore. To me, this season there is zero chance of the Warriors winning the title, but that's just me. But look at the minutes for Quentin Post the last 3 games. Against the Phoenix Suns, played 6 minutes. Against the Lakers, 5 minutes. Tonight, 4 minutes and 58 seconds. He's getting phased out, and my point is
malpractice. He should be fired. You see when Gui came in the game. Why is Gui not getting the most minutes on the game?
That's a great question, dude. The last game he got in foul trouble, so it made a little sense. Tonight he had 3 personal fouls total. I don't understand why Gui Santos did not crack the 30-minute mark. And again, going back to the prize player they traded for, how the hell is going to see the floor when Al Horford is now starting to gain Kerr's grace? Do you think Kerr's going to play Al and Kristaps? If yes, you're out of your mind. I think
he not going to do it, even though he should. That might actually be a little something. I say bring in Post and Porzingis and have a real big double lineup. 2 motherfuckers hitting threes on each side. But we already know Kerr not going to do nothing like that. Like I know it's hard to believe in Curry. Well, I don't even believe in Curry. I just believe in Steph Curry.
That's it. But he's hurt. He's old. I mean, runner's knee, dude. That's some old man shit. Like he's not gonna be back.
The only reason he is that way because he's not playing our third best player. Now our third best player gone, and JK is gonna kill us when we play that man. It's gonna be nasty for us.
Well, Julian Bashir brings up.
Head.
Well, Cam, I was curious to know what your thoughts were. Julian Bashir in the chat brings up that a majority of Hawks fans have been duped, whether it's by a stream of Kuminga haters who are trying to influence them. You have a lot of Hawks fans and media members who buy into the whole Kerr rhetoric. Dude, the gospel of Steve Kerr, this is like a nationwide global thing, dude. Like people honestly believe he's like this bright, brilliant person who's responsible, who's a great leader, who's responsible for titles. It's one of the
last part said he lost faith in Kerr. He lost faith in Kerr in what after he started at the Lamb. I lost faith in Kerr 2015, 2016 when this motherfucker couldn't call a timeout, taking Steph out, taking Clay out when they own a heater. I've been calling for Kerr head. It was. And I kind of got duped by the media trying to give Kerr the first championship. But when y'all broke down the roster, hell no, Mark Jackson would have won with that roster the next year for sure, or the last year. I mean, so that's the only reason Kerr won. He been getting carried this whole time. You see what happened when he played with FIBA. You see what happened in the Olympics. Curry had to come save him again. Kerr is the epitome, the epitome of white privilege. I swear to God. Kerr, I really truly despise this man. Hopefully he don't get an extension. I thought they was gonna choose Kuminga over him, but that was on some bullshit. But hopefully he's still gone. Hopefully they see he's still not playing the right players. He's still playing his system, and look where we at.
I just don't understand.
Gotta go, man. You gotta.
No, real quick, before you hang up, I just do not understand. In what world, how it makes sense that Pat Spencer has been playing good basketball. I don't mean to pick on him saying this, but why is Brandon Pajemski number 1 in minutes? True story. That's what he was tonight. Brandon Pajemski played 31 minutes, 53 seconds. Number 1 on the team. Number 2, Pat Spencer, who played just 9 seconds less. No one else cracked the 30-minute mark. I don't see how that's a good look, man. Like, how do you defend that?
I thought Draymond cracked 30 or
tonight.
I thought I must have looked at the wrong thing.
Hold on. No, he played 23 minutes, 33 seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah. You see what happens when you play that amount. We win. But yeah, I hate when I see Pat and Pods on the floor at the same time. Does not make no sense. Richards should have way more minutes. Get the players that's going to play in the playoffs ready. Get Post ready. Get Will ready. Get Cryer up here when he get out for an injury, and bring that other dude up, the 6'10 guy. Let's see what he could do. Give Draymond a rest.
Malachi Leons, who was not even active tonight because he was playing with Santa Cruz. I'm with you.
He playing in Santa Cruz, man. That's why I don't like this dude Kerr. Give these players a chance. We might got another real Richard on our team. You never know until you play him.
I know. All right, man. Try to fix that.
Man, you have a good one, Sorry, dog. Y'all do y'all thing.
The season's only 2 months left, dude. Get that GoFundMe, please, so we can.
I got you, man. We should have did it tonight because I heard the tickets was super cheap tonight, like $90, $60 for the lower bowl.
Look. The Warriors still. Right now, the Warriors have the 11th most difficult strength of schedule for the rest of the season, and that's going to change because.
What the hell is that when we had the fucking most difficult beginning of the season? We get 1 month of easy time in January.
It was like 2 months. It was like 2 months of easy time, and then yeah, it's getting hard again. But I'm looking at the schedule in terms of what games are left at home that could be cheap for tickets. And here's what I think should be your target date, dude. It should be no, it's actually just this one game. On March 25th, the Warriors host the Brooklyn Nets. That's your game, dude. Let's try and make it happen for that. That's your game because that's going to be the least demand or 2 days later, maybe this is better. Either March 25th or March 27th, because March 25th, you've got the Brooklyn Nets coming in town. March 27th, you have the Washington Wizards. So pick one of those two.
Got you. All right, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Stay on these boys' necks. Call the shows. Speak your truth.
Yeah.
Needs to be fired. I don't care if he fired today. Fire him tomorrow. Get him out of here. That's going to give us a better chance to win a title this year. I don't want to hear punt the season. I don't want to hear tank. We got Stephen Curry, top 3 player in the world. Top 2 player ever. Him and Jordan. We coming for that spot, Jordan. All right, y'all have a good one.
You too, bro. Oh, man. I love it. And in case people are not following like what that discussion's about with Cam and the GoFundMe, Cam was notorious for holding up a sign behind the NBC Sports Bay Area studio that's in Thrive City. They have that little room there that they do their pre and post game broadcast from, and fans can be behind the glass. And so Cam one night had a fire Kerr sign, and every time wherever he was standing, the cameras would avoid him. It's pure comedy. And so what Cam is trying to do now is he wants to start a GoFundMe to raise money for a prime seat directly behind Steve Kerr, so he can have some sort of signage during the game right behind the head coach. And I don't know if the signage is going to say like fire Kerr or I don't know. We haven't gone that far, but so he wants to start a GoFundMe to basically raise awareness for the ineptness that is in charge of your Golden State Warriors. We shall see what happens. Couple of emails have come in. One just came in tonight. I haven't even read this thing. Haven't screened it, so maybe it'll be good, maybe not. But let's check the mailbag real fast as we start to wrap it up.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
All right, this email is from Joe, who writes, this particular troll, parentheses. Oh, wait, we need music. I'm sorry. This segment does not work as well without some tunes underneath. Let's start over. Joe emails. This particular troll, parentheses, not sure you're aware, these are trolls or just the mentally ill, on parentheses, says, quote, give credit to Kerr for pushing Gui. And he included a screenshot. Let me see if I can open the screenshot. Oh, I can't. Okay, so you folks can check this out. This and I'm going to pause reading the email for just a second. So for the YouTube viewers, you can see this visual of a screen capture that Joe is emailed to me. And this is we actually touched on this last show because someone else asked this very question. And the question was, do you give Kerr credit for developing Moody and Gui Santos? And my answer to that is TBD. Like, way too soon to pretend. I mean, look, this is year 5 of Moses Moody. And I'm still, who was the player on the team last year that they traded mid-season? He came from the OKC Thunder. Now I got to look up his, because I still am brain farting on his name. He played previously with OKC, and I bring him up because he's one of many players that Steve Kerr has chosen or had chosen to give minutes to over Moses Moody. What the hell was his name? Where is it? Lindy Waters III. So this is why Lindy Waters III is an example of why I'm not going to sit here and immediately just give Kerr credit for quote unquote developing 2 players in Gui Santos and Moses Moody. For the simple reason that with Moody, Kerr did everything in his power to find minutes for someone else. It's almost like he was left with no choice but to finally start playing Moody and now make him a starter here in year 5. If you want to give him credit for developing Moody, go for it. I will not join that party. I will not be a part of that parade. The Gui Santos part of it, look, he still is not getting minutes. I mean, this is someone who should have been playing sooner, who started showing us last year he has talent. And if Kerr was going to develop him, we'd be seeing results well before now, when the season and this franchise is pretty much cooked. With that said, if let's say Gui Santos turns into an all-star and Kerr's still coaching, all right, I'll give it to you. Fine. But it's not exactly a confidence-building trend from the head coach. And in this case, the emailer Joe highlights Dwayne Bidiani, saying, who wrote in our chat the other night, or maybe even tonight, saying, give credit to Kerr for pushing Gui. I guess. Okay. When the season's like cooked, you do now you want to celebrate them. Anyways, going back to the email. Joe writes, every single thing that Gui, Moody, and these guys are doing now is an indictment on Kerr. Gui didn't develop a well-rounded game, including dribbling, ball handling, shooting, driving, even though contact, very good court vision, and passing ability is something we've seen in this last week or two. The Warriors could have had this from him for years. And in reality, it would be even better by now if it wasn't for Kerr. Kerr is forced through desperation to win. At least for the moment. So he's now allowing the obviously better players on the team, example, Gui Santos, Moses Moody, as opposed to Brandon Pierogi. And this email was sent before tonight when Brandon Pajemski led the team in minutes. Instead of being tools that Kerr implements for his get Curry the ball system. Pajemski demoted, yet still loved like a son by Steve Kerr, while guys like Gui Santos and Moses Moody are now being used like the go-to guys. Easy to see, as Mando, the professor, would say. These Dwayne Bidiani types, a.k.a. the Hamzas, he didn't write that, I threw that in there, aren't real. They're not even people. They're time trolls. Just stealing time from productive, entertaining discussion. Joe. Very good email. Very good email. That Bidiani guy got thrown under the bus a little bit. Good email. Agreed. That actually timed out very well in terms of what we've been talking about. And Joe also wrote that email again before tonight's game when Brandon Podziemski got the most minutes, nearly cost the Warriors. It wasn't Podziemski who made that game winner. It was Gui Santos. Speaking of Gui Santos, let's hear from him real fast. There's a soundbite here. This was immediately following the game. Let's give Gui some love. I mean, he deserves it. This is courtesy of 95.7 The Game, which means the audio sucks, which is unfortunate because they're the flagship station of the Warriors. And so you'd think, hey, you're connected, so why not connect your mixer into, or your microphone into the mixer that the Warriors provide for you? Nonetheless, this is cell phone audio, so turn the volume up on your devices, please, if you want to hear Golden State Warriors forward Gui, a.k.a. Gui Santos, following tonight's game.
What's it like to have that game-winning basket on your resume?
It's great. I'm not gonna lie, feels good, especially the way the game was. Like we couldn't feel that we were not bringing the energy that we usually bring the whole game, but the last quarter was different. We just were there hoping together, everybody happy, everybody just playing for each other, playing hard on defense, running for each other's. So the last game-winning basket feels like we call cereja no bolo, the fruit at the top of the cake,
Yeah.
That's just a little detail.
What sort of conversations did you guys have?
Oh, there it is. So it ends there. So that's Gui talking about the game winner that he hit tonight. There's about 19 seconds remaining, and then the Warriors going to stop and hang on and win by 1. Let's get one more email in the book here before we call it a night.
Letters, we get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
This is an email from Robert Marano. And again, if you ever want to email us, whether for the show, just to get your thoughts articulated, this extends to all of you trolls out there who get all oversensitive and get your panties in a bunch because I don't kiss Podziemski's ass or Steve Kerr's ass like you expect the media here to do. AKA, you don't expect any integrity from the media people here. You just want a bunch of ass kissers. Kiss your own ass. But even for you folks, if you want to get your thoughts expressed, warriors24pod@gmail.com. This offer also extends for prospective sponsorships. We actually have some leads there for change. And side note, real quick, I want to take a moment to just hope everyone's doing okay out there. All things considered, this economic recession is no joke. If you're not being fazed by it, congrats. Don't act like you are an out-of-touch individual and think that just because you're not being affected doesn't mean the person next to you is not being affected. This recession is very real. The economy's in the shitter right now. So if you are being affected by now, you have my sympathies, and I hope you're doing okay. Going back to the email, Robert Marano writing, quote, "Hey, Cyrus, I honestly believe Steve Kerr is suffering some sort of mild cognitive impairment condition. Every time he plays a 3 or 4 guard small lineup, Kerr believes it was previously successful and he needs to roll it out. He cannot recall it being unsuccessful. That's why he keeps rolling it out there. His brain is stuck in a loop where he really believes it will work. I think the owner, front office, few selected players, and a few selected inside media members know that Steve Kerr has a medical condition, and that's why they will not call him out. The owner has made a promise to stay loyal to Kerr no matter what, similar to when Kerr suffered the ruptured lumbar disc complications. The owner vowed that Kerr would keep his job no matter what and that he would see it through. Dementia and Alzheimer's are serious matters. The owner, players, and media that know about it don't want to be that dude that pushed someone over the cliff. That's why they continuously support Kerr and prop him up. Okay, we're going to get political here. These aren't my words. These are Robert Morano's. This is very similar to Joe Biden. Everyone could see he was not fit for work, but nobody was going to remove him. Lacob is just buying time and allowing Kerr to step down gracefully at the end of his contract. Playing Podziemski and getting rid of Jonathan Kuminga and Trace Jackson Davis is unfortunately helping Steve Kerr get through his medical condition. It doesn't help the franchise, but Lacob has a very deep connection to Steve Kerr. Regards, Robert. Interesting theory. Zico the First agrees, saying exactly. Simon the Two saying this email is funny as F. A lot of people agreeing with that email. Well, not everyone. Jennifer Farmer saying, I can't with this email. Oh, maybe you are agreeing with it. Rocco Clock saying crazy allegations. The Professor Armando Lora's laughing. Armando, I forgot to get to your chat on that note real quick here. The Professor dropping $4.99. Armando Lora joins us every Friday for happy hour. He also has his own YouTube channel that he hosts with his family, his cousins. It's called Spreewell Was Right. Please subscribe. What do you have right now, Armando? Let me go to your page, which I should have bookmarked, but I don't have bookmarked. There's a Spreewell Was Right Substack. Are you still writing on that Substack, Armando? Well, I gotta add YouTube. All right, here we go. Oh, Armando's blowing up. Armando Lora. I love it. Folks, check out Spreewell Was Right. Last time he was on the show last Friday, he was at, I believe, 57 subs. You're now up to 153. Bravo, sir. Happy for you. Very happy for you. And good stuff. Keep going, folks. It's just a start. Subscribe to Spreewell Was Right on YouTube. And the Professor, with a $4.99 donation, thank you, sir, writing, the Atlanta Hawks were already better and have brighter futures than the Warriors, even with a healthy Jimmy. And we just handed them our second best player. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that is rough. I'm just saying, no more donations. That's it. Oh, I see. Right before that, Armando Lora wrote, don't subscribe. We have everyone we need on there. And I absolutely love the reverse psychology marketing plan here. Folks, if what Armando says riles you up, if he pushes your buttons, if he makes you feel uncomfortable with the truth, if you just don't like the man when it comes to Warriors content, please don't subscribe. Or wait, do subscribe. His message is don't subscribe. So if you want to piss him off, do subscribe, if I'm making sense. In other words, if you want him to be unhappy, subscribe. I love it. I love it. Good marketing strategy. Spreewell was right. Growing. Good stuff. I love seeing that. And wholeheartedly agree with your sentiments about the Hawks. Warriors and Hawks, I believe, March 21st. Tracy McKendall, Golden Dazer, mentioning that she's going to be at that game. That's very exciting. Armando, when he joins us Friday, will maybe give us an update on the watch party. As I'm looking at my phone to confirm the date of that game. Yeah, March 21st. Usually the first day of spring. Little apropos there. that the Warriors will travel to the East Coast and take on Kuminga. And again, my one critique of Kuminga the entire time was durability. We'll see if he's available by then. I really hope so. That would be a fun game. Steve Kerr trying to shake his hand, and Kuminga's like, hey, Coach Psych. Let's go to the scoreboard. Oh, Chardal. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to do something new with Chardal. I'm going to do the scoreboard first, and then Chardal, I'm going to bring you on. I'll email you the link right now, just so I'm coming to the realization the scoreboard segment with Chardal is very difficult, and it kind of defeats the purpose of even doing it, because I actually like the scoreboard section, even if it's a self-serving thing. Visiting those storylines, I think serves a good purpose, a good greater purpose, if you will. So let's really quickly go through the scoreboard, and then we'll close it up with a check-in from Chardal. But check in the association on a Monday, February 9th. In a game, we'll start in Charlotte, where that brawl took place between the Charlotte Hornets and the Detroit Pistons. It was a doozy. If you haven't seen it yet, strongly recommend checking out all the camera angles. And when all was said and done, following, again, a game that featured a pretty fun scrum in the middle of it, featuring Jalen Duren, featuring Ubatu, featuring Miles Bridges, featuring Big Stu, or not Ubatu, it's Diabate. I'm sorry, I apologize. Musa Diabate, the Charlotte Hornets center, headbutting Jalen Duren. Big Stu running like a raging bull off the bench toward Miles Bridges. Good stuff. It's good stuff. It's entertaining. Detroit came away victorious, snapping the Hornets' win streak. 110-104 the final. Cade Cunningham, 33 points, 9 boards, 7 assists. In the win, Brandon Miller, 24 points. In the loss, again, Charlotte's 9-game winning streak snapped. They dropped to 25-29. The Pistons improving to 39-13. The Brooklyn Nets, oh, this was a thriller of a game tonight, hosting the Chicago Bulls. Oh boy, if you missed that one, folks, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's the Nets and the Bulls. Yeah, I was boring it, putting it to sleep. Still does not have the power of watching the Nets and the Bulls. That's some nap-inducing shit right there. The Brooklyn Nets, victorious tonight, 123-115. They improved to 15-37 on the year. The Chicago Bulls, with their Dicka and their Sausage and their Bulls, dropped to 24-30. Anthony Simons, 23 points, 7 assists in the loss for the Bulls. Nick Claxton, 28 points, 10 rebounds in the win. The Utah Jazz in Miami tonight, and they're victorious 115-111. Kyle Filipowski, 16 points, 11 boards in the win. The Miami Heat, led by Bam Adebayo, 23 points, 11 rebounds in the loss for Miami. The Heat dropped to 28-27. The Utah Jazz improving to 17-37. A final in Orlando. The Magic, 118-99 winners tonight over the Bucks. Orlando improving to 28-24. Milwaukee dropping to 21-30. Anthony Black, 26 points in the win. Kevin Porter Jr., 28 points, 7 assists in the loss. The Minnesota Timberwolves victorious tonight at home, hosting the Atlanta Hawks. 138-116 the final there. Anthony Edwards, 30 points, 6 boards, 6 assists in the win for Minnesota, who improves to 38-22. CJ McCollum, 38 points, 4 steals in the loss. The Hawks dropping to 26-29. The Sacramento Kings getting blown out on the road at New Orleans. 120-94 the final there. Trey Murphy, the third, 21 points, 7 assists in the win for the Pelicans, who improved to 15-40. Side note, the Pelicans do not own their draft pick in this upcoming draft. So it's not like they're tanking for anything. It's just a horrible situation all around. Maxime Reynaud, I believe that's his first name, 21 points, 19 boards in the loss for the Kings, who dropped to 12-43. The Cleveland Cavaliers, 119-117 winners tonight over the Denver Nuggets. Davion Mitchell, 32 points, 10 assists in the win for the Cavs, who improved to 33-21. Was that James Harden's first game as a member of the Cavs? Well, I don't know if it was, but he did drop 22 points and grabbed 10 boards and had 7 assists himself. So far, so good. The Nuggets led by Nikola Jokic, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, another triple-double as he slowly approaches Russell Westbrook's all-time triple-double record. The Nuggets dropping to 34-20. The Nuggets have actually been sliding lately. Let me just take a quick look here. Denver has lost 3 of the last 4. 4 of the last 7. So a bit of a slump by their standards. 2 more games here. The OKC Thunder without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander still victorious at LA, 119-110 the final over the Lakers, that LA team. OKC improving to 40-13. Right? Well, that's what ESPN's saying. The Lakers dropped to 32-19. Case and Wallace, 12 points, 6 assists in the win. LeBron James, 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists in the loss. And last but not least, the Portland Trailblazers, 135-118 winners at home tonight over the Philadelphia 76ers. Denny Avdia, all-star, 26 points, 10 boards, 8 assists in the win. Tyrese Maxey, 30 points in the loss. Portland improves to 26-28. Philly drops to 30-23. We'll check out the standings in just a second. But first, we'll check out the standings when we visit the Danger Zone.
Stay at home, son.
Shardol, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Cy. How are you doing tonight?
Doing okay, man.
How's your Monday night going?
I hate Mondays. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Did you have a salsa lesson tonight, or was this a plan-free evening for you?
Plan-free evening.
Beautiful. I love those.
As the Golden State Warriors take down the Memphis Grizzlies 114-113 from Chase Center in downtown San Francisco, California. And they came back. They were down 17 points, and they came back and won the game and defeated Memphis. So that was a statement victory. I mean, but this was not a victory to be all rah-rah about and happiness. You know, we took down the worst team, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Agreed. And I mean, look, they won. It's cute, but the people, there were a few people in the chat who acted or thought I should be, all happy about it. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. What you want me to throw a party because they beat the Grizzlies? What's going on here?
You kept me waiting for so long. Why did you keep me waiting? I could have gone over the scoreboard, but I was in the green. I was in the green room, and I clicked on the link, and you did. You missed. I could have gone on the scoreboard, but you were late.
I apologize.
Can you make sure next time this doesn't happen?
No, but what I want to do.
But normally you put the link and I join and I go over the scoreboard. Today you messed up today. Can you make sure next time when I come on?
No, I didn't mess up, Shardol. Every time I do the scoreboard with you, it takes 20 minutes to get through it, and I'd rather just have the focus be on you. Plus, we'll do the standings. We'll do the standings together, but I just want to make this about you, man.
But I like going over the scoreboard with you. I like to go over all the games with you.
So you're saying you like being a part of that? You're saying
I want in.
What does the audience think? I want to give the people what they want. I'll let the chat decide. The fact that we still have 230 people tuned into this program 2+ hours in. Thank you, folks. Bless you. What does the audience think? And I won't read the negative stuff. If you write anything bad about Shardol, I'm going to ignore it. But do you want Shardol part of the scoreboard? Yes or no? We'll let the audience decide. Well, one person says they mute me during the scoreboard section, but you're going to mute me regardless, whether it's just me or with Chardal. Tracy, love you. Mobility Maestro saying keep him in. Okay. Tracy saying we love Chardal. I think that counts as a vote for you. So that's 2-0. Poison Clan saying no. JK Lee saying I like the quick scoreboard. So now we're tied 2-2. Julian Bashir is saying if you only talk about basketball and include you in the scores, but that's the problem. We don't talk basketball. I'm going to leave that out as a vote. Kenneth Contreras saying no. You're now down 2-3. Jay Lee, you already voted, but you said you'd rather the scores be done quick. Get him out of here. Okay, Chardal, we'll leave it up to I'll bring you back on next time and we'll play by ear. Does that sound good? Because I don't want to upset you. So next show we'll bring you on for the scoreboard. But if it's a night where I want to get the hell out of here, I'm gonna skip it. Is that fair?
That it's fair.
Okay.
I
So we'll
understand.
play by ear. Like,
I totally understand. It's your show. You get to run the show the way you want to run the show.
Happy either, man. You're an important part of this. I absolutely love what you bring to the table as the closer. This is turning quick into like almost a traditional segment. And you're an acquired taste, but the more people acquire that taste, the bigger the segment's going to be. You're a part of this, man. Your family, Chardal. So we'll play it by ear, but I will not just cut it out. Okay? I will not cut it out. We'll just play it by ear, but for the most part, we'll keep the scoreboard in with you.
So you're not going to cut it out.
I will not cut it out because it's apparent and obvious. It is important to you, and I value that too much. What did you think about this game tonight, though? Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole game. I mean, this was a really great game overall. I mean, like we won by 1 point, and for me as a diehard Warriors fan, I'll take any win. I'll take a 1 point win, a 2 point win, a 3 point win. In the end, win is a win. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how many points a team wins by.
More importantly, Chardal, yesterday was the Super Bowl, and I think you were going to go to Dave & Buster's with 3 or 4 of your friends, correct?
So we were gonna go to Dave & Buster's, but then we changed our plans up and we went to Buffalo Wild Wings in Union City.
Why did you change the plans?
Cause the Super Bowl was happening at Levi's, and in Milpitas the traffic was gonna get really crazy back when you come out from Dave & Buster's back home. There's gonna be a bunch of traffic, so we ended up changing the plans to a different location.
Okay, that makes sense.
Cause the Super Bowl was happening at Levi's.
Was that your decision, or was that your friend's decision, or was that
that was one of my friends made that decision? Then all of us agreed onto it.
Did you begrudgingly agree, or did you happily agree?
I happily agreed.
So you wanted to also change venue as well?
I wanted to change the venue too.
So you went to Buffalo Wild Wings in Union City?
My friends actually that was a really good location that my friends changed a plan to, because they had music playing. Like they had a boombox and they were playing music throughout the whole event.
I thought Buffalo Wild Wings like does it have like a Hooters vibe? Because every Buffalo Wild Wings I've been to, I feel like I'm in a Taco Bell.
So Buffalo Wild Wings doesn't have a Hooter theme to it.
So how did you watch the Super Bowl in a place that resembles like a fast food joint?
It's called Buffalo Wild Wings.
I know, but like they have TVs, you can watch games.
They have TVs inside.
I haven't been to Union City in like ages. I didn't even know there was a Buffalo Wild Wings.
There was a Buffalo Wild Wings in Union City.
So you had fun though?
I had fun over there.
All right,
and
so for the YouTube audience, I want to share with them. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings in Union City. Oh, it's next to a movie theater. Did you go to the movies?
I go to the movies.
But you didn't go yesterday?
I didn't go yesterday.
And what was the like was it a sausage party? Were there some ladies? What was the social scene like at this?
It wasn't a sausage party.
It was really?
It wasn't a sausage party.
Wait, hold on. I thought everyone could see this. My bad. Hold on. All right, this is the Buffalo Wild Wings you were at.
That's the Buffalo Wild Wings I went to with my friends.
And so there's a movie theater right next to it. Is that all that building is? It's just a movie theater?
It's just a movie theater.
Interesting. Anyway, you're sitting here telling me you went to this Buffalo Wild Wings, you walked into those doors, and there was a balance of men and women?
There was a balance of men and women inside.
Did you or anyone in your group get lucky with a phone number, contact information,
No.
anything like that?
No contact information, no phone numbers asked.
By choice or because you got shy?
But because I got shy.
Oh, son of a bitch. Shardall. You're not a big drinker, is that correct?
I'm a big drinker. I had a margarita at the Super Bowl watch party.
So even with the liquid courage, you still get shy?
And I still get shy.
Oh, buddy. What happened? Like you saw someone and like, did you talk to this
I
person?
saw
at all,
someone
or
and
was it,
I got nervous. I saw a girl and I got nervous.
Have you thought about the approach? And I know this isn't an approach that I necessarily endorse, but look, man, when you're desperate, you got to do what you got to do. Have you ever thought about maybe asking one of your friends to be a wingman and maybe kind of like initiate?
I would
things
love
for you?
to ask one of my friends to be a wingman.
Yeah, so maybe do that next time.
I'll do that next time.
Was your best friend with the who's a huge Utah Jazz fan? Was he with you?
He wasn't there.
Where was he?
He was probably watching the Super Bowl at his house.
Why didn't he come with you guys to
It
Buffalo?
was too far. He lives in Utah and it's Fremont. It's too long of a drive.
Oh, I didn't know I thought he was like a Utah Jazz fan who lives here.
No, he lives in Utah.
How do you know him?
Then I said I knew him because I went to his YouTube channel and I got to know him by checking out all his content.
And this is your best friend? Have you ever met him?
I met him on YouTube.
Wait, you've never met him in person?
But now he banned me from his channel.
So
and he also banned me from his Discord server as well. So now if he ever does like if he ever does like a 49ers stream on his channel and I ever try and click on the streamer link, he won't let me come and he'll say you're blocked.
Why did he do that, Shardall? What happened?
I probably said something that irked him and then he blocked me.
I'm gonna guess that you know exactly what you said. That
he banned me.
I know, but what did you say that made him ban you?
I probably was spamming too much times on his channel.
What were you spamming?
Probably saying offensive things.
Like what?
I don't know.
Give me an example. Come on. What was it? What do you think offended your Utah Jazz buddy?
I probably called him some names.
Well, why did you call him names? What?
No, but just joking around.
What did you call him joking around? Like
I called him you ginger.
Is he a ginger?
Yeah, he's a ginger.
Did you add the word soulless in front of that?
No, I said you effing ginger.
Oh, that's not so bad. I mean, if you called him a soulless ginger, I can see.
No, I called him you effing ginger.
And why did you say that?
No, I was just in a bad mood or something. Maybe my team lost or something.
In your opinion, was it ultimately his fault?
It was his fault.
For being sensitive?
It was his fault for being too sensitive.
I hear you.
Why are people
Yeah?
These days, why are people so sensitive these days?
He said that to you?
Yeah, I told him that stop being too sensitive. Get over it.
And he rewarded that by banning you.
He banned me, and he also banned me from his Discord server.
That's what these gingers do, man. You got to be careful. They
no,
don't have
he's not gonna let, like, whenever he does a live stream on his channel and he puts the StreamYard link in the chat, and I click on the StreamYard link, it says you're not allowed to come in.
Damn, dude.
I'm banned.
You called him your best friend. So don't you have his phone number?
I have his phone number, but he wouldn't even pick up my phone. I try and call him on the phone. He doesn't even pick my call up.
Have you tried texting him?
I tried texting him, but he doesn't want to reply to my texts or my calls.
What is the name of his YouTube channel? Do you mind sharing that?
Coleman Sports 23.
Home and Sports?
No, Coleman Sports 23.
Coleman Sports 23. All right, let's check out. I need to see what we're dealing with here.
And 23.
Michael.
So his first name is Coleman. He likes talking about sports. His favorite player is Lauri Markkinen. That's why it's 23. Because he's a Utah Jazz fan. Remember I told you he's a Utah Jazz fan?
I didn't know.
Yeah, 23 is Lauri Markkanen.
I didn't know that.
Because Lauri Markkanen wears number 23. He's not. So he's that's so his name is Coleman. He loves talking about sports. His favorite player is Lauri Markkanen. That's why he's 23. It has nothing to do with Michael Jordan. I don't think that's his favorite player.
No,
he's not a Bulls fan. He's not a Bulls fan.
I didn't know that Mike Ladd.
Yeah, Lauri Markkanen wears number 23.
So if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, you can see what we're all looking at right now. This is your his name is Coleman?
Coleman Sports. Full name is Coleman McKinney.
How did you become friends with this guy?
I said I went on YouTube and I checked his content out, and now he doesn't even want me to come on his channel. He banned me.
Oh, this is him right here.
This is him.
When he hold on, let me see what's going on here. So when he just talk over these streams? What's he doing?
Clinton Jr.
Is that you right there?
Yeah,
that's me over there.
Walter Clinton Jr.
And so he's talking while there's a game going on?
While there's a game going on, he's talking and I'm just contributing.
Was this the show where you got banned?
No, I just got banned. Like when I try and go on his channel, when I go on his Discord server, it says that you can't. The link is expired. You can't even click on it.
Oh boy.
And when I go to Discord and I try to click on his Discord link that he sends, it says link is broken, expired. You can't even come in.
Well, for the podcast audience, the ginger thing makes a lot more sense now because he literally at the top of his YouTube channel calls himself your favorite ginger. So I can see why you went off on the ginger thing now. And then he's got a weird fandom. Like he loves most of his favorite teams are Utah teams. Utah Jazz, Utah State, the Utah Mammoth, the NHL team. Is that Boise State? Is that what that logo is? Are those the Broncos? Shardall, do you know?
That's the Denver Broncos.
Oh, he's a Denver Bronco. Okay.
The NFL team.
And then what is this? What is this logo here? I can't figure that one out.
It's the Solid Shred. It's a disc throwing team. His favorite team. It's a professional disc throwing team.
What the hell is disc throw? What does that mean?
Like frisbee. It's a professional frisbee team based out of Utah. Have you ever frisbee?
Do you have a favorite team?
No, I like the Warriors. I like the Warriors and the Sharks and the 49ers and the Giants.
I know that. I'm asking you, Shardall, do you have a favorite disc throwing team?
I don't follow the sport. Okay. My friend follows it way more.
That actually makes me feel better, Shardall. Okay, so I didn't even know disc throwing had a league. So one of his favorite teams is a disc throwing team. And then he's weirdly a Chicago Cubs fan. But then again, I guess baseball, it's up in the air when you're in Utah, right?
It's up there when you're in Utah.
You could be a Mariners fan. You could be what is close to Utah? I guess the Colorado Rocky. Wait, yeah. I guess that should be your team, right? The Rockies. That's the closest team, but whatever. Okay, I'm not judging. Who cares? So this guy was your best friend, and then now that
relationship's over, and I'm banned from his channel.
Are you upset at Coleman?
I upset at him. He banned me.
So are you at the level of upset where you like?
I'm way more upset at him because now we can't even collab together. You know, like if we wanted to collab and do stuff on both of our channels, he says, I don't want to come on your channel. I don't want you to come on my channel. Just do it on your channel.
Next time, when you get off the air with me, text him and ask him if he's willing to come on this show at Wednesday night and try to make peace with you.
Because I'm so upset because normally when we do streams together, we do it on both of our channels. Like we simulcast, which means that we go live on both. Like we go live just like Damon and Bruce and Larry Kruger type of deal where Larry Kruger goes on Damon Bruce's show and Damon Bruce goes on Larry Kruger's show, something like that. We're not able to do that anymore. He doesn't want to.
Well,
He doesn't want to come on my channel because he's so upset with me that he doesn't want to.
Ask him, dude. Just text him and ask him if he wants to do that on this channel. And tell him we'll bring him on. You'll come on, and we'll get all.
You mean
we'll
you
get
want me?
everything
You
out.
want me? You. So what you're saying is that you want me and him to come on the same channel so we can settle out our differences.
Yes, exactly.
Is that what you want? So me
Yes.
and him can settle our differences together so we can
Yes.
be friends again.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want to.
Yeah, but that was. But tell him he has a chance to promote his show by coming on here. So at a bare minimum, he's getting free marketing out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and also when I went to the Super Bowl watch party with 3 of my friends, one of my friends who I've never seen for 6 years, he came to me to the watch party, and then we had an argument after we left when we walked out of the sports bar. Me and my friend had an argument, and then he said that I don't want to attend Super Bowl watch parties with you because, you know. The problem with me is that when I go with my friends and everything, I piss my friends off so much that they don't want to hang out with me.
Well, that's not
Just
good,
some-
Chardol.
But it's a problem that I need to work on that. You know? You need to be like a counselor and help me, you know,
Chardol.
get better.
Well, dude, first of all, to me, this is just my opinion. Therapy should not ever have a stigma. Meaning, no one should ever be afraid to go see a therapist. It's healthy. It's good for you.
So we got a comment from
that you connect with, yeah.
We got a comment from Julian Bashir. Says, "I'm definitely going to a Hawks game next season. I've been meaning to catch up with some distant cousins, Atlanta. Going to hit up some strip clubs and get some lemon pepper wings."
I mean, all I can say to that is, it sounds like a hell of a plan to me.
And we got another comment from Tracy Tillin McKendall. She says, "I cannot hear Tingus Pingus without laughing so hard I cry."
Tingus Pingus!
It's funny, Tingus Pingus. I don't even know if we're going to see Tingus Pingus this year. But Chardol, talk to Coleman and ask him if he's willing to do a segment on the show.
So we got a comment from Ray in Demand. He says, "Bro, you need to have lunch with Sai and have him coach you up, Chardol." And then Ed March 5708 says, "I like Tingus Pingus and the Hobbits." Barbara of the NBA says, "That will be the best time of your day. Definitely not the game. Common. The game won't be better than the food at Magic." And then Abraham DeLeon.
I must have done about I'm a mouse.
Jazz Utah edition coming soon.
All right,
Young
so
West 79. I hope you're not sending me in to get shot.
No.
LOL.
No, you're
No, but I'm reading all the comments.
Yeah, but they're just having fun. Chardol, seeking out therapy is a good thing. If you're thinking about it, I say do it, and because you definitely need to start learning how to control your emotions just a little bit better. If you're destroying all of your relationships, that's not a good thing, right?
Yeah. To when I came on the show, it did. Normally, you send the link and I go over the scoreboard and you wrap up the show. Today it didn't go. It didn't flow. Normally it flows, right? You send the link and then I go to the scoreboard and then we end the show. You do. It didn't flow. It didn't flow. It's kind of weird. It didn't flow.
I know.
Normally you send the link.
I know.
You go over the scoreboard with you, then you say your final words, final thoughts, and then end the show, and then we go off on our parting ways and end it on a good note.
Chardol, I know you're a creature of habit. I know
because every single show that I've done in the past on your channel is like you send the link.
We'll set the routine
back.
Go
over the scoreboard.
Okay? Chardol, we'll set the routine back next time. All
yeah,
right?
because I like the routine.
I know. I could tell.
And to me, when the routine didn't go when the routine doesn't flow,
it's just one show. We'll
No,
set
but
it back.
I'm saying when the routine doesn't flow, it definitely doesn't make me feel good because I'm the closer. And today I halfway in the show I started my intro, and normally I do the intro in the beginning and the intro at the end of the show.
I know, buddy. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So we'll get the routine back next show, right? We'll set it back straight.
I love the routine.
Just roll with this for now. Okay, we're already going. And
No,
you're
I'm
doing
saying
well,
I love
by the way.
I love the routine.
I know you do, and you're doing well. But so what happened in the Super Bowl at the Buffalo Wild Wings?
So
yesterday?
I said something to one of my friends.
What did you say?
And he got really upset.
What did you
and
say?
Then I told him that he thought I was flipping him off. Like when we were we were going to the Buffalo Wild Wings, and then when we left, we were going to Krispy Kreme because we want to get donuts for some reason after the game. We wanted to it was cold outside. We just wanted to walk over there and get some exercise and walk over to Krispy Kreme and get some donuts.
Yeah.
All my friends got donuts. My other friend got donuts. Two of my other friends got it too, and I said, if we have a confrontation, please do not involve my parents in it because I do not want my parents to be involved. And they were involved. I'm like, can we just settle this out, you and I, mano y mano, without bringing my mom and dad into the situation, please? And they weren't leaving, and I went outside. I'm like, it's like late. Why are you not leaving? Why are you standing outside? I said, can you please go home? We need to sleep now. It's late. They were standing outside, and my dad had to come and intervene.
When did you and your friends get into a disagreement?
So I went to the Super Bowl 60 watch party yesterday.
Yes.
And right after we got home, because normally my friend had his own car, so he drove his own car going back home, and then my other friend had a flat tire, so his car wasn't starting. So then my friend gave him a ride back home.
He had a flat tire and it wasn't starting?
No, he had a flat tire and his car wasn't starting.
All right.
So my
do you usually Uber?
No. My friend picked me up from my house.
You don't drive yourself normally?
And he drove me to Buffalo Wild Wings, and then when I came back home, my friend had to have my friend drive him back home because for some reason his car wasn't starting or he had brake issues or something like that. And so I don't know, he was having some issues. And then my friend he picked both of us up, me, my other friend, and my other friend. Three of us were in the car. He dropped me first because my house is the first way to his house. I'm on the route.
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
To you, like I'm the first person that he drops off first.
You're on the way.
And then he'll drop him off next. So I'm like, I was telling them that, dude, can we not have my parents intervene, please? It worried me because I was worried, because I was telling them, like, go home. It's like 11 o'clock at night. It's like midnight. You gotta go home. They said they were staying there, and then my parents had to intervene. I'm like, that scared me.
Hold on a second. First of all, do you drive a car yourself, or do you always have other people drive for you?
I don't drive.
Because you're a stay-at-home son.
Stay-at-home son.
I can respect that 1,000%. So what was going on? Your friends, were they like drunk and they wanted to stay over?
No, they weren't drunk.
But they just wanted to stay over your house?
No, they just want to talk. They wanted to. They didn't want to come over. They wanted to come over to my house and then talk to my parents. But I was saying, like, just because they think that that's the best way, like, to talk to somebody. And I told them that, can you not involve my parents in the situation, please? Can we just talk?
I still don't know what the situation is. What was the situation? What was going on there?
So my friend is sensitive. My other friend is very sensitive. Like, I was saying something and he doesn't like to be mocked. Maybe you said something.
What did you say? This is what I'm trying to get at. What did you say to your friend that was in a mocking tone?
Like, maybe like when he said something, I was like laughing at him, like sarcastically, and he doesn't take that as a joke. Like, my friend, when you say something sarcastic, you like, to me, I think it's a joke and I'm joking. He doesn't take it as a joke.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. But you're crazy.
So, do you remember?
Yeah,
what
because
you
so
said
what?
exactly?
So when I talked to my other friend, like when I was joking with him, he doesn't take as a joke. You know, some friends do not take things as
What
a
did you
joke.
say? Do you remember what she said exactly?
When I was at the sports bar, I was constantly interrupting. Like my friends were trying to watch the game, and you were interrupting, and they were constantly saying like, "Watch the game," and I was interrupting. You know.
Can
So
I give you, Shardall, do you mind if I give you just a small piece of advice?
So that's what happened. Maybe when they were watching the game, I was interrupting them because people when they get pissed off, you're trying to watch the game and they don't want somebody constantly jabbering
Shardall,
throughout the
want you to
throughout
live
the
a
whole
normal,
game.
healthy life, and that includes having social.
Because I was jabbering through the whole game, and I wasn't letting my friends watch the game. They're trying to enjoy the game. We're all here together. All my friends are there as a group. We're all here to watch the game and have fun, not have somebody jabbering their mouth off the whole time and piss everybody off.
So if you knew you were pissing them off jabbering, why did you keep jabbering?
But sometimes I get it. Sometimes when I do that, sometimes I get in a like I just don't know what I'm doing in that moment. I just get so caught up in the moment that I don't realize that I'm actually pissing everybody off inside the establishment.
When did you realize you were pissing everybody off? Was it like hours later, minutes later? How soon did it hit you that I crossed the line?
Yeah, and one of my friends were saying that, you know, if you keep doing, like, they even told me that, you know, when you go to the restaurant, you have to behave yourself.
Right.
Don't. And then sometimes I get caught up in the moment. It's just like I get caught up.
You're just excited, and
I get excited and I start talking a lot. I start jabbering.
Have you ever been prescribed like Ritalin?
No, I think I know why the reason why Coleman banned me from his channel, because I keep yapping. Like, you know, when I come on his channel, I keep talking, and he's trying to call the game and you yap. You know, like you're yapping. Like he doesn't want you to keep on talking. He wants people to enjoy the game, and maybe if there's a break in the action, then you could say something. But I get scolded, you know, like I did a Bears and Niners stream with another content creator, and he said, like, dude, I'm trying to watch the game here. This is my channel.
Can I give you Shardall? Can I give you just one piece
and
of
I feel
advice?
hurt. I feel hurt.
Can I give you one small piece of advice?
He hurt my feelings.
I know he.
And I know I hurt his feelings. So
you both
we shook hands with each other, and we told him that, dude, let bygones be bygones. Let everything aside. Let's just shake hands and reach a mutual agreement.
Okay, so everything's all good now.
Yeah.
Can I give you a small piece of advice, Shardall?
Can you could give me a small piece of advice?
Just try and be a better listener. It goes a long way in life for any situation. That's it. I'm done. That's all I was going to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm
but the problem.
I'm not saying you're in a bad
Yeah,
listener,
but the problem with me is that whenever I do that, and whenever I go out with friends or do something, it always turns into a situation where, you know, where I'm the one who's who's like, and then I'm like, it's happened multiple times, so that's just something I need to work on.
I think,
and it scares me because sorry.
Go ahead.
So you know, like,
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I hate when I have a talk with you and two of my friends, and I'm the main one in the middle, and then they're all making me look like I'm the bad one. They're huddling me. I'm in the middle, and they're shouting at me and berating me for what you did to our friend.
What did you do to their friend? What did you say?
No, I said something, and I feel really bad that they had to come to my house and talk it out, and then once everything is better, they can go back.
What did you say exactly? I got to know.
The reason why they got upset is that, you know, when I went to my friend, he thought that I was flipping him off, like, you know, giving him the middle finger, but he misunderstood.
Were you just scratching your face, or
no, the middle finger.
Were you actually giving
he misunderstood what I was doing.
What were you doing?
He thought I was giving him the middle finger.
I know, but what were you doing?
Giving him the middle finger.
So he didn't misunderstand.
No, but I wasn't giving him the middle finger.
Oh, so what were you doing then?
I was showing him because I was walking back from to the car, and I was showing, dude, I'm going. I was pointing the direction where I'm going. He thought that I was flipping him off. He misunderstood that point. Like, I was walking back to the car, my friend's car.
So,
and I was directing him, like, look, this is the direction I'm going. Like, I'm pointing where I'm going. He misunderstood that I was actually giving him the middle finger. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Didn't you just tell him you weren't doing it? And
no, and he doubled down on it.
Who gets angrier easier, you or your friend?
My friend gets angrier more easily.
So you're saying your friend is more energetic and excited than you?
No, but whenever I say something, he gets angry very easily. But for me, I don't get angry. I'm composed. If somebody says something to me, I'm like, dude, it's okay, man. Don't worry about it. Let's go
to the standings and wrap it up.
I'm sorry if I'm bringing my personal life story into this. This is a Warriors post game show. I'm sorry. Why am I apologize if I'm bringing my personal might happen with all my life story, giving it on this show. This is not what this is for. This is not a counseling. You're not a counselor, right? So I'm sorry if I'm doing all that, wasting all your time.
Sure at all. Only apologize if I don't ask you for this and you still tell us.
Did you ask? No, you asked me, right?
It's okay.
But yeah, I don't feel this is not the place for you to have like arguments and confrontation. This is not the place for that. You're a professor, right? I can talk to you about this.
You can talk, yes. But besides me being a professor, look, we're here to have fun. All right. The formula for a good show, it comes down to two very basic things: being informative and being entertaining. Sure, at all, you're very entertaining.
You're entertaining too.
I'm having a blast with this. You're good.
You're entertaining as well.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Because that means my mission is accomplished, or at least I'm trying. Well, sure at all. Can you see the standings in front of you right now?
I can see the standings in front of me.
All right. So the Warriors, they've been the 8th seed for what feels like 2 months. And Shardol, my question to you is, do you think the Warriors will ever catch up to either Phoenix or Minnesota? Minnesota is currently the 6th seed with 22 losses. Phoenix, the 7th seed, also with 22 losses. And then the Warriors are 3 games back in the loss column with the 29-25 record. Will the
Warriors will never
either of those teams?
The Warriors will never match the Suns and the Grizzlies. The Warriors are going to run away with it, and the Suns are going to lose more games. I don't think the Suns and Grizzlies are ever going to tie the Warriors in the standings. Never. It's never going to happen, man. The Grizzlies are the worst team right now. We have more. We have 29. We have more. The problem is that the Suns have more losses. No, we have more losses. We have 25 losses. They have 22 losses.
Hold on a second.
I don't.
Val in our chat's asking, how are things with you and Taylor Rooks? What is that about?
I have no connection with her. Can you please tell people not to keep bringing that up every show?
You could tell them, but I'm curious to know what that's about.
I don't know her.
Oh, you don't? So why are people asking you about her?
I don't know why they're asking me about it.
Are they just pushing your buttons? Is that
they're pushing my buttons? That's what they're doing. Right.
Folks, come on. Don't press Shardol's buttons. What are we doing?
And if you push my buttons, I'm gonna. You don't want me to crash out. But when you say that, make comments like that, I don't even know who she is.
See, Val thinks you're just playing a coy, meaning like you're pretending that there's no connection there, but there really is a connection.
So maybe if I see her walking around, maybe then I'll get to know her. If I'm walking around everywhere and she's just walking around and I see her, maybe then I could ask her for her number.
But wait, Julian Bashir is wrote, we all saw the video where you joined Taylor Brooks' show. What's that about?
I joined her show.
Like on YouTube or?
I joined her show on YouTube.
And how did that go?
It went well.
So that's why people are bringing it up. You once went on her show on YouTube?
So I know her because I went on her show on YouTube.
Okay.
So I do know her.
Well, shit. How'd that go?
It went well.
Was it like a sports talk show where you just kind of came on and just spat out some takes, or?
It was a sports talk show.
I didn't even know Taylor Rooks was on YouTube, but okay. All right.
So my cat Buster.
Yes, Buster Posey
is born on April 20th.
Correct. We said that date last time. So the Warriors again, 3 ahead of the Portland Trailblazers in the loss column. Portland's 26 and 28, and then the Clippers are hanging around as well with a 25 and 27 record. That's your play-in scenarios. And the Memphis Grizzlies are currently the 11 seed.
So
Yeah.
like when I came on after you went over the scoreboard, you didn't even play my intro video.
Because you weren't here. I'm not going to play the intro until you actually are here.
No, I did click. You sent the link at 11:41, and I clicked on it.
Next show, you're back on the routine. Okay.
So you sent the streamer link at 11:41 p.m.
I
clicked on the link, and then I was here, and then you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know. Next show, we're back on the routine, and let's finish up with this. How many subscribe to you? SGA Sports Talk is the name of your YouTube channel. Every time you join us, at the end of every show, as our official closer, I saw someone in the chat mention that you're our Rod Beck. But
I'm
maybe
so
most
upset.
importantly, how can people subscribe, and what's the subscriber count as we finish up the Danger Zone?
Stay at home, son.
We're always in the Danger Zone.
I'm so upset. You're making me cry because you didn't bring me on when I clicked on the link.
You'll get over it. You'll be okay. How many subscribers do you have on your channel right now?
But it's okay to get like that, right?
It's okay. You're human.
I'm talking. Can you see my voice? Can you see my voice? You can hear my voice. How bad I feel that you brought me on late.
I can tell you're disconcerted, and I think you're going to be okay. You're
and even Tracy McKendall was saying that Shardo is waiting in the waiting backstage. When you went on the scoreboard, Tracy was supporting me. That's saying like SG is waiting backstage.
I know. She also wrote just right here, no tantrums. Okay, we'll get over it. We'll next show you're back in the routine. Okay.
I'll next time when I come on, I'll make my intro better because I was so my intro wasn't that powerful as when I come on in the first time and end it. My intro is way more powerful. Today I was like disconcerted, so my intro wasn't that strong as it normally is supposed to be.
How many subscribers do you have right now? Last time it was 522.
So viewers, make sure subscribe to the SGS Sports Talk channel. I'm at 523 subscribers.
You got one. You got a new one.
77 subs away from 600. And make sure to subscribe to Golden Days in reference to the Matthew McConaughey movie. He's at 5,190 subscribers. He's 810 subs away from 6,000. So if you want to show my guy Sai some love, go there and click subscribe to his YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Make sure to turn on your bell notification so you will never miss out. You'll never miss out on another great video on his channel. And make sure to spit on that thing like Hawk Tua says.
Yes, sir. And you're at 523. Bravo.
I'm at 523 subscribers, 77 away from 600. I would love for your viewers to give me as much support as I can get. It will really help out the YouTube algorithm. The final score: the Warriors 114, the Memphis Grizzlies 113 from Chase Center in downtown San Francisco, California, right next to Thrive City. And I'm looking forward to coming on for the Golden State Warriors versus San Antonio Spurs postgame show. I'm going Warriors 125, Spurs 99. And we'll get back to the normal routine next time I come on. You'll make sure to play my intro video in the beginning, and then play my intro video when I'm leaving.
Sure, all. Love you. Thank you. Thanks everybody.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Bye.